$1,000 but when you climax,
Oh god.
Oh.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's do it right now.
What? Let's do it right now. When I was getting a physical to play football, I think
I've never been fondled.
the RN, which obviously they check you for a hernia. And before she did, she's like, "Everything okay with your balls?" And I was like, which I think she said because it was a 14-year-old kid, but
Well, see, here's the thing. I've always heard stories about that. Why is that so funny? It's the truth. They're checking for testicular cancer.
It's so funny.
no. She wasn't doing that. She was checking me for a hernia.
Well, they're checking you for both.
Well, probably.
'Cause they're looking for lumps, right?
No, because
They're like all.
you can't. When they check for a hernia, they just
Don't they grab it? Or?
no. Have
See,
you?
I've never
I
had it
told
done.
you. Garfield and Friends from Pickle
Oh.
Fanboys.
Now, which one?
The second one, not the
Yes.
first one.
This one.
Times ahead.
Yeah, I hate that one.
one.
There are two
There's
actual
two-
songs.
there's two of
Oh,
them.
The
well,
second
that's what
one,
he sent me a picture.
Ready?
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 Two.
To
Party!
We're ready
To party.
We're ready.
Dun, dun,
I hope you bring lots of spaghetti.
dun, dun.
Come on in, come on down to Garfield and Friends. Come on in. It's time to party with Garfield,
Garfield
and
and
Friends. And then I think there's another
I love
verse.
how we all know that one.
I think there's another verse.
There
in it.
is. There's a little bit more to it. I have a list of movie titles that were almost called something else. Star Wars Episode 6 was almost called Revenge of the Jedi. We know this, right?
Yep.
I mean, we're nerds. Alex might not have known that.
I was like, what are you talking about? It's not Revenge of the Jedi.
No,
it's
no, no.
Return. I was like, bitch, you ain't no nerd.
Head cheese.
Head cheese?
Mm-hmm.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Alex?
I have no idea.
Yep.
Yeah!
Why,
Nice!
Why head cheese?
Because I remember there's in the Texas Chainsaw, the remake in '01, they go into that rest stop
Mm-hmm.
and there's a pig's head
Yep.
in the display case, and head cheese is a boiled. You boil
How
a
did you
pig's
make
head.
that freaking connection, Brett?
That is a photographic memory. at
Oh
work.
my god.
What is the McGangbang?
McDonald's McGangbang. Simply order a McDouble and a McChicken. The McChicken sandwich is placed directly inside the juicy McDouble, buns and all. So if a normal McDouble doesn't quite fill you up, take the chance by combining a McChicken McDouble from McDonald's secret menu.
So then, do you just order the two different pieces, or do you?
You
Order
say,
a
I want the surf
McGangbang?
and turf, and they'll give you the two.
And they'll give you the two and you put it together. I'm not into the fish thing, but I think I would do the McGangbang.
Yeah.
That does not sound fun at all. You know what, honey? Let's try a McGangbang.
Are you bringing that to the table, Alex? Are we having
We can
this
set it on the
discussion?
table and do it right here on the podcast. Try a McGangbang on the podcast.
Wow. Wow.
So Die Hard started a
I
trend.
hate Speed 2.
Why?
That's pretty
It's
bad.
horrible.
It's kind of like it's more of a watch it because it's laughably bad.
Yes.
There are a few parts that I thought Sandra Bullock was pretty funny.
She's a great actress, but she sucks in that movie.
She cuts open the door with the chainsaw and she's like revving it. Can you guys get out?
If you back up with the saw,
What?
if you back up with the saw, we'll give it a try.
It's so bad.
It is very bad writing. It is
Oh,
very bad.
Bad.
But I always thought of it as more of an action type than a funny movie, and it turns out this, like, as an adult watching it, it's a terrible
It's
film.
horrible.
That was a great
That's great.
quote by
Yeah.
John. I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot! You okay?
You're gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give
horse?
me time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't
out. Do it.
move.
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah! Put it out. Now flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there. Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay.
Let's do some
You're doing some friggin' Christmas trivia.
Welcome to the PTO Unlimited podcast. My name is Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 386. We have not been live for a month. We have
Yeah.
not had a show for since our anniversary show. So
We've had a lot.
we've had
a lot.
We've had a lot. We've had concerts more than
We're gonna have to move the show to just once a month.
No,
No, we're too busy.
Not
too busy.
Not this month. I think we might be okay next month. We might be okay actually going every other week still. But this one was where a lot of things happened all at once.
When was our last live date?
That was April 15th.
You're shitting me.
I am not. I just looked at all of our stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we paid our taxes that day.
We paid taxes.
We had Easter that month.
Yeah.
We had Easter.
We celebrated Mother's Day.
I had a girls' night with Brett's wife Ashley.
Yes, you went into Ohio and
we had a great night. We went to pizza and we had drinks and played video games and card games.
What day was that?
April 25th.
Okay.
So we're getting there. But yeah, I got to see Brett for all of like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But that was like the point. It was a girls' night, but I wasn't gonna be there and just not say hi.
We're just playing a little.
We got a new bed.
Oh, that was gonna be my final note, but that's okay. That's fine.
Oops.
We did get a new bed. It is a king size bed.
Yeah.
We
finally decided to just, you know what, we got to upgrade. We were not sleeping in our own bed for months on end because our bed was over a decade old.
It
and
was
just
uncomfortable.
And it was like, you know what, and when we decided to go for a king, it was a matter of, all of our hotel stays in the last month, we've just slept better overall in a king because of the way mainly I sleep.
And we found that out this weekend because we were on a queen.
Yeah, which I didn't sleep as well, but I don't think it was because of the space.
No,
it was because of the firmness of the bed.
It was not very good. I agree
what
with
else
that.
happened?
We
had World Graphic Design Day.
Yes, we did.
Happy past couple weeks ago, World Graphic Design Day.
Yes, that is on April 27th.
Yeah.
Yes. Every year, it's actually World Design Day, not just Graphic Design Day.
I know, but it's World Design
It's all
Day.
designers in general, and most graphic designers are not just single-minded. They have other wheelhouses that they are talented in. Like for me, I have multiple different mediums I can do design in. I'm finding out that I'm actually really good at t-shirt design now I've done t-shirt design in high school, but it was basic stuff. It wasn't anything like what I've done lately. Logo design, I've done video design, of course I've done the standard graphics, flyers, social media posts. All that's really easy to me. That's considered basic.
Mm-hmm.
Video editing, that's a designer thing. I can go on. So, but that's all the stuff that, I am good at or do have interest and knowledge in. Photography, and there's plenty. So yeah, it was celebrated briefly. I don't think we really did anything, but you just did a post and a thank you post and whatnot. So yeah.
We had 2 big birthdays.
Oh yeah, we had Quentin, happy belated, and Patrick. Yes, happy belated birthday to both of them.
Our best friends.
They are getting older.
Bunch of aw babes.
We're all getting older anyway.
We're all getting older, having birthdays.
Yeah. We ours aren't until the winter, so we get to celebrate.
Oh, we also had Brett's wife's birthday I think it was yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah, Ashley's birthday was yesterday.
Oh my gosh, I don't think I said
everybody's
happy
birthday.
Shoot. Happy belated birthday, Ashley. I didn't say anything on Facebook. I am sorry.
I did.
You did, thank you.
And then we had 2 other things.
Yeah, we'll get to our concerts at the towards the end of our show because we have a lot of other bulk stuff that we want to get to, like all of our playing and watching, the movie club movie. We've got some news we want to get to that we don't want to skip on. We will have a lot to say about our concerts, meet and greets, and whatnot. So it's
Concert
been
season has started.
Yes.
Con season has started.
con and concerts.
Con and concerts.
Yes, I mean we haven't.
We had 3 concerts since the last podcast episode.
Well, I forgot about the EDM concert.
Yeah, we've
Okay,
had 3.
So that one,
we had 2 in 1 week, and then we had basically 4 in another.
the EDM concert was both just a spring of the moment, and we also got free tickets. That's a story too. But
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
get to
talk
that.
about that later. All the
So-
music stuff's going to be at the very end of the podcast because
Yeah.
we've got other things that we need to talk about
We do.
because it is going to take up the majority of the show.
It
so.
will. It will. There is a lot to say about it. So we're gonna jump into playing and watching the movie club, and then a little bit of news stuff. So playing and watching, starting off with playing. We have actually been taking a break on Marvel Rivals, but I hear there's a lot of new stuff going on right now.
I actually had a dream about it the other
Would
night.
you stop dreaming about
I did. I'm having
things?
dreams. You want to know why? Because I can sleep. I'm
Yes.
sleeping in bed and I'm actually
Very
sleeping
true.
through the night and I'm waking
Mhm.
up like honestly, I'm starting to wake up 2 hours prior to my alarm, fully awake, and I'm like,
Yeah.
go back to bed. What are you doing? He's like,
Right.
because I'm actually
Dude,
sleeping.
I'm the same way. Like I'll get up at like 6 or 5 and be like, "What are you doing? Just go back to sleep. You got plenty of time."
I know. I just like I did that this morning. I did it the day before, and I'm like,
Mhm.
and it's just because we're home and we're like we have a bed that allows us to sleep comfortably
with
for
all
once.
the animals that we
With
put in
all of our
room.
animals.
Yes, yes.
We have
So,
space for all the animals.
It's giving space. So
Oh my god.
I know. We've been playing Warzone. You got a new victory in it last time we played.
I
on your
did.
stream.
I just decided to get on for like one. Yeah, it was right before we went to the EDM concert.
Yes.
And I was like, you know what? I want to still stream
And you know
because
what?
I
We
had
coulda
not
played we
streamed.
could have played a couple more because God,
I
we
didn't realize that
know.
we didn't have to be there so
There
I
were
just didn't realize we-
4 openers.
I didn't realize that, and they
3,
weren't
sorry.
posted.
No, they
So
weren't.
either way, I got on. I had enough time to chat, and then we played one game of Warzone.
Yeah.
We won,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Well, I guess we'll end it on a dub." So
right. It was a very victorious single stream
Yeah.
on that. Then I think we played it on Sunday, didn't we?
I'm sure we did.
Gosh.
Honestly, everything's blending together at this point.
Oh my gosh! Like it's been a long few weeks. I played some Fall Guys here and there. Of course, when I'm like doing like short single streams or something. But you, me, and our nephew played Super Mario Brothers Wonder.
We also
See,
had
you don't.
that
That's been a
happen.
long month. been a
Man, we
long
also
month.
had a visit with the nephew. and
Yeah, we hung
got-
out with
we-
him.
we got to he's on this streak of or this trend of watching 90s 80s like
Oh yeah.
funny movies, like movies we grew up with, like my mom's doing a good job at grabbing a bunch of the Mel Brooks films. Like he's seen Spaceballs and thought it was hilarious. He watched Men in Tights, thought it was hilarious.
Right.
He's seen both Airplanes, loved them. And then I think so we showed him Liar Liar,
yes.
which is a little bit more of a serious. It's
a little
like,
more serious.
It's more
He-
adult.
He actually had to
but-
turn to you and say, "When's it gonna get funny?" It's
yeah,
like,
I know. I was like, you have
You
to
gotta
let
build.
the movie like explain itself before you get to the
Do you
funny
think
parts.
he would like Ace Ventura?
Yes.
It's a little too toilet humor-ish.
Yeah, but he didn't like toilet humor when he was younger. I think being a teenager, you just start to
Do you
like.
think he would laugh enough at it?
I think he might. He likes Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
I totally forgot when I was trying to describe who Jim Carrey was because he also watched The Mask apparently and really liked that. And I was like trying to describe like how Jim Carrey was like our comedic actor growing up or one of the big ones. And he's like, yeah, he's in Sonic. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. We took you to go see Sonic.
Yeah.
He's Dr. Robotnik. You're right.
Did we take him to see the third one?
Huh?
Did we take him to see the third one?
Yeah.
We did.
Yes, it was amazing.
That was a good movie.
It was a great movie.
Did we talk about Sonic 3 on the show?
I don't know if we did. if we didn't, it was a great
was
movie.
good.
It was awesome. I can't wait for 4.
They cut out a lot of the humans. I think we did talk about it because we talked about them having that sister back, and we were not really into that. A lot of people are. Your mom. Oh, yeah, that's right. We saw it with your mom, and your mom laughed at that part.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I think we did talk.
I think
about
we did
it.
talk about that.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy month.
Yeah. But
But
we
yeah.
played Super Mario RPG.
We played Super Mario Brothers
Or not RPG.
Wonder. And turns out we don't like it.
Yeah.
For a Mario side scroller, we were not enjoying ourselves because Jeremy knew what to do, but alone.
Yeah.
Not with people. And we kept messing up because we don't know what we're doing with it. And he kind of had like this isn't fun anymore kind of like thought. And I'm like, this kind of is, because I think that they developed the game single player at first. And
it definitely felt more like a single player scroll. Like, you can have fun with 4-player, but like
hectic fun.
Like,
Right.
if you're actually trying to get through the story and complete levels and whatnot seriously, it's very difficult to do with 4 people, or even probably we played with 3, and it was just like, okay, it's not so fun anymore.
Like Super Mario Brothers Wii and Wii U were meant for multiplayer. They were designed that way. They're meant that way. So whenever they bring them in to like the next, like they brought it into the Switch, it's Super Mario Brothers U. We can play that and enjoy it because it was designed that way. I don't think Wonder was designed for multiplayer.
It's
like,
also,
even though
it's also a bit
core,
trippy. It's like Mario took like an acid pill.
It is a little bit of acid trippy.
Yeah,
but that's okay. You need to have a little bit of difference in the title. It makes it stand out. We got to talk about a little bit of the watching stuff. The Floor, we got to finalize that one. The finale was a couple weeks ago.
It was a good ending.
Good ending. The people we wanted to be at the end were at the end, and it was
the people we wanted to be
at the end.
Guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
The last the final 2 we figured those were actually our kind of favorites along the way.
Yeah.
There were a few other favorites that dropped pretty quickly, so that crumbled.
It's
under
like
pressure.
it's kind of like Game of Thrones. It's like as soon as you start liking a player, like or a
and then
character,
you really hate somebody,
and then you really hate somebody, and then that person kicks your player out. And it's like, fuck.
And then you really hate that person. That person winds up losing. That guy. I'm not gonna spoil it, but there's somebody that we did not like that wound up leaving, and we were so happy.
I know. We
were so happy. But yeah, the finale. I mean, The Floor is always fun. It's a game show. It's the only game show I think we watch.
I think it's a super. I can see this being like a game show, like back in the 90s when we would sit in front of the TV and like watch things together.
Yeah,
as like
the
a family.
Yeah,
it'd be a really fun, like, you know,
shout it out
if you know it kind of game.
You and I do that.
I mean, we do, the two of us. But I'm saying, like, with like watching it with like a full family.
My siblings would have a field day.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, it's a fun show.
There was a time that we were watching one. I think the category was grilling, and charcoal came up, and you yelled rocks.
I don't. There was also one where there was like, it was all medicine or whatever. Like, it was like medicine vials or something. I'm like, oh, I got this. And there was like one that came up and it looked like a tube of preparation H, and it was hydrocortisone, or it was something else. And I was like, that's preparation H. My brother was downstairs watching, and he's like, that's not preparation H. Oh, it was funny.
Black Mirror, we got to finish that.
Oh,
season 7, so we can give a quick review on it.
Did we watch all the episodes?
We did, yes. The last one was USS Callister.
Yeah, which was like a movie.
Which was good. That was like an hour and a half almost.
It was
hour
a movie.
45. Yeah, that was a really good one. I think all of the episodes were great. I don't think any one of them really like stood out as a downside. I think they were all good.
No, they were all good.
I really enjoyed it. It had 6 episodes, which we got.
That's
4.
pretty normal though. Like, yeah.
We got 4 one season, last season. So I was like happy to get more, and I wasn't bothered that there were callbacks as much as there were this season to like Bandersnatch and the USS Callister entirety.
The very last one though.
It was good.
Was very,
Very
good.
good.
I'm
Very
glad. I'm glad they did what they did with it.
I said an 8, but I'm gonna give it a 9.
Give it a
It was
9.
there were a
good.
few moments that were like, okay, they didn't need to.
And if you're a true fan of Black Mirror, you'll definitely have your Easter eggs and stuff in
Exactly.
all the episodes like normal. So just be prepared for that.
How is The Handmaid's Tale?
Amazing.
You haven't talked about it yet.
Amazing.
You finally get to a
Amazing.
little bit.
Well, I can't talk too much about it because
It's
if there's people like me,
show.
if there's people like me out there who's
were
crappy
late.
and I didn't get the show, I didn't start the show back up like this season until like last week, and I binged like 5 episodes in a row.
Yeah, you did.
Just to get caught up because there's somebody at work. My coworker Julia was upset with me because I had not started yet. I'm like there's so much. I'm like I'm so busy, but it was just like one Saturday Josh was streaming, and I'm like I'm just gonna keep watching it. I'm gonna choose to not play Warzone with you guys, and I'm just gonna catch up on Handmaid's Tale. So yeah, and it's been like what, a couple years or a year and a half, or
It's been a long time.
It's been a while
relevant,
since the
least.
last season. I
Yeah.
couldn't even remember what happened, so I had to watch like a 20-minute recap of like all the seasons together just to kind of put myself like, where did we leave off?
Right.
And I mean, my gosh, you think you end a season and you're like, all right, what are they gonna do?
Yeah, exactly.
Then, or can they make it any better? Because it's such an amazing show.
Yeah.
And you get nervous when there's so much time in between seasons. Like, is it even going to be the same? Am I still going to feel for these characters after this long? And then I watched the first fucking episode and cried my eyes out at the end. And I'm like, damn it. It's still good.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good. I'm behind by 1.
And I don't watch.
I
the
think
show.
I'm behind by 1 episode right now, but I have Josh for the most part. Josh watched like
I watched here and there.
he's watched here and there
I
enough
know
to know
enough.
the general like
Yeah.
who's who and where we're at
Mm-hmm.
with the story.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm still giving it a 10 out of 10. It's amazing. And then I'm behind by this last episode this week because I haven't watched it yet.
That's not bad, actually. That's not too far
I know.
behind.
I'm caught up at least I'm pretty sure I'm only 1 episode behind.
Yeah.
Because Jules texted me and said, just let you know, if you haven't watched the latest episode yet, you need to as soon as possible because blah blah blah. Like, holy crap!
Well,
And
you'll
I'm
get
like,
the opportunity to do plenty of watching. Well, I guess you might. As
I
well
need to watch
that
this
one.
episode prior to you leaving
You do
because
you
Julia
work
will be gonna be
Monday.
mad at me.
Yeah.
But it's great.
How many more is there?
I have no idea.
1 or 2?
My guess is it's probably only a few because I watched 5 or 6 episodes already, and my guess is there's probably no more than 10.
Happy belated Star Wars Day, by the way. We celebrated
yeah.
that by watching Rogue One, which has 0 Jedis in it, but it has Jeddah, at least. And you.
All right, you can argue that what's his face is a Jedi.
He was.
I can never remember his name.
Oh my!
The blind
gosh.
guy, my
Yeah,
favorite guy.
He yelled his name out, and we said
I know. I can never remember it.
Gosh.
But yeah, the blind guy who, the
I almost had it.
I am the Force. The Force is with me.
Yeah.
Guy.
Yeah.
And you can argue that he has some type of Force, like
Force sensitivity.
Yeah.
Yeah. That movie is so good. I don't care who you are.
I mean,
think
he's not. I
Rogue-
guess you have to be trained to be a Jedi,
Yeah.
technically.
Right.
So maybe he just has like some
He's an untrained
midichlorians.
Jedi.
He's an untrained because all the Jedi are gone.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he's just an untrained Jedi, and he's got
Right.
midichlorians in him.
Maybe. I think that we could give Andor a chance. I mean, we have Disney Plus for the time being.
Yeah.
We might. It doesn't hurt, to pick it up. We haven't even checked out The Last of Us yet, and I'm seeing all these memes that's like ruining my want to see it because they're mocking one of the main characters like constantly in these memes. I'm just like, ooh,
The one person I talked to said that they're enjoying
could
it.
be out of context kind of stuff. I don't know what people have said about The Last of Us. Like,
I'm sure the
know.
people that play the game, from what I hear, are not happy with it. But I've only ever seen Josh play like the first little bit of the first
I played the first
game.
2 hours of it.
So I was able to at least appreciate the first couple episodes, especially the first one of the first season, because it's shot like literally scene for scene, action for action, like the video game, which is an amazing video game opener if you've ever played like The Last of Us. It's awesome.
Oh yeah.
So, and it's super emotional. So, and they nailed it. But I mean, me just knowing like the premise from The Last of Us, I really enjoyed the first season. So I can't wait for us to get started and watch that one. I've been spoiler free so far.
Yeah, it's been good for that. But I don't know. We'll eventually go to it.
We'll get to it.
One other show that we've been watching, we watched the first season entirely. We now can talk about it. Is Hollywood Demons?
Oh yeah,
full
we finished
documentaries about all the like we didn't watch the Desperate Housewives.
I guess I can
one.
watch that while you're gone.
Yeah,
I
don't
watch that
care.
episode.
I don't care about that one, but everything else was like Celebrity Stalkers.
Weird Deaths and
what was the one that was before that?
There was like the kid one, like the celebrity kids that turned bad.
No.
There was the wrestling one.
That's the one that really like that one was.
There's a lot that they left out of the movie because we reviewed that movie on the podcast.
We did. That was the Iron Claw.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the Zac Efron movie. That movie is so good, actually.
Yeah, the movie is really good, but when you
And
actually
even-
learn
well-
about
Well, if you learn about it, it doesn't negate the movie.
no,
very
but
much.
there is definitely a whole bunch of stuff about the Von Erichs that they
I don't care
they
who
leave
you
out.
are. From what we saw from this documentary, their dad was still an asshole.
I know they're
And
trying
still-
to make it seem
they
like
tried
he
to defend
wasn't,
him.
and I'm like,
No.
his dad kind
I'm
of.
sorry, but
His dad did have, in my opinion, at least,
Still
he
the same mentality.
Still had a hand in the
The death.
situation.
the deaths, the
Yeah.
plural deaths, he had a hand in it. Yeah, so check it out if you got Max, which I wanted to save this a little bit for the nerd news, but crazy announcement just came out. Max is changing its name back to HBO Max
Why?
because the HBO brand actually matters again. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they're doing the IHOB thing and just
Okay.
saying, no, we're going back. 2 years. 2 years. Took them 2 years of everybody else just calling it HBO anyway. So I'm happy about that. It's changing all across the board, apps everywhere. When you update it, it'll rechange to HBO Max. And I don't know if that means I have to download HBO Max then as an app on my phone. On Xbox, it just changes on its own. And I think Roku does the same. So that's crazy. Yeah, HBO Max. So we've had HBO Now, HBO Go, HBO Max.
Max.
Now HBO Max. God, just stop it. Just stop it. Okay? So I don't know if you heard about that, but that's crazy. One other thing we watched, the game trailer to GTA 6. There's trailer number 2 came out.
The reason I feel like they gave us the trailer is because of the announcement.
The delay.
Yeah.
To May of next year.
Which
Fine.
I don't care.
Whatever.
I don't
You
care.
and I have plenty of other games
It's
to
not
play.
even just that. It's if they feel that they have to push the game that much, then do it. That means that it's not done. That means that there's things that can be improved. And I don't want you to put out a very, very long awaited, amazingly cool game that's broken.
Cyberpunk.
Right. Put it out and make sure it's good and it's worthy of it to be released. If you have to push it even another year, freaking do it. Whatever. The memes will be memes. Like, blah, blah, blah got announced before GTA 6. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Whatever. Let's make
Are you tired of those?
No, I think it's funny.
I do too.
Let's make it a good game. Let's make it the release.
Yeah, make it good.
So we have another year till GTA 6, people.
I mean, Oblivion just got remastered and released.
They said May of next year, right?
Yeah.
What if they said May of next year and they release it on like April Fool's Day?
They never do that. I don't know about that.
What if
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I
Can
don't
you
know
see
if
like,
Rockstar
oh,
would
we
do
actually got it done
that.
early.
I could see it being done, but
and
I
they
could
just
also
magically
not.
like, boom,
Ah,
like just release it overnight.
maybe.
Just
I mean,
flip
who
people
knows?
out.
But now they're already going for like what we saw out of this trailer is they're already going for headlines. They've got
Oh yeah.
plenty of things.
Okay, what kind
that-
of bigger headline can that be?
I'm talking
Surprise
about,
GTA 6.
I'm talking about controversy, not.
They're on every headline for everything, and GTA's always been in the headlines
There
for
might,
everything.
There might be kids in this game.
Well, as long as kids aren't.
Mm-hmm.
As long as kids are being kids and being treated like kids, I don't care.
I just saw something that it's a rumor mill that there might be kids in it. There's also a lot of other things that are going to cause a lot of news headlines. You're going to see it. It's going to be
I'm sure.
crazy.
I mean, it's always been a controversial game. It's always been one to make headlines. Let's see what kind of headlines we get in a year.
Yeah, I get that. It's okay, whatever, GTA. But anyways, some of the footage, it's been confirmed that in this entire trailer, some of the footage was actually gameplay footage and not just cinematic footage. So that's actually a good thing.
It looks good.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
So
they make girls look like girls.
Yeah, they really do.
I don't look like a blocky weird thing anymore.
It looks like a Bonnie and Clyde story.
It does, yeah.
The main characters in
I just want to make sure that we're still going to be able to be in first person.
Oh, I'm sure.
And play Frogger.
Oh, that's so fun. I could you imagine doing
That's
it
like
in
the
6?
first thing. I don't even want to play the story. I just want to go. I just want to go and play Frogger.
I don't know if the multiplayer is going to be right away.
Oh, I hope
They
so.
might delay it by like a month like they did with 6 or 5, I mean.
I hope so.
And I don't know if Red Dead had a multiplayer right away.
I just want to be able to stand on top of a car, do this.
The flipping off, yeah, and just
and then go walk into traffic in first
There's going to be a
person
lot more than
and
that.
play Frogger on the highway.
I'm hoping they have more than 4-player campaign missions because we have a lot of friends that play.
Oh
and
yeah,
would like to
I
join
am
us.
hoping that they make the lobbies for that bigger. That would be so much better.
But that's
Yeah.
if they bring out the multiplayer at that time. So, other things watching wise, the UFL. You and I have been watching highlights of our team and other teams play and stuff. It's actually fun to just put on and see. I don't know when they actually play sometimes because they don't actually advertise it. Most of the times it's on ESPN, so I don't get the opportunity to see it. But I think this weekend most of the games are on Fox, so I might actually get an opportunity to watch the Battlehawks play, which they're 5-2 this season. So that's actually not awful. They're doing pretty good. There's only a couple more games left, then they're in the playoffs, and then we start talking about the NFL because the draft is done. That happened over.
That happened while we were gone.
Over the break of all the stuff. So the NFL draft happened. The Vikings drafted a few good players. Looking forward to watching them play. Some wide receiver. We got ourselves a lineman. A few other things. A tight end. I know that. A few other cool players to check out. I'm really interested to seeing how this season goes. And it's actually already been like confirmed that the Vikings are playing the Lions on Christmas Day. So there's that game going on. And we also have 2 international games for sure happening with Minnesota. One against the Browns and one against the Steelers.
Which we're so excited about.
Yeah, we were planning on going to the Browns game. We knew
like 1,000%.
Yeah, we were really. We were planning it.
Like,
we were planning on doing
really,
it.
like as soon as they announced when and where, it was like go buy the tickets, and nope, I'm not paying $2,000 to go fly to London. I'm sorry, I can't.
Sorry,
do
Browns.
It. Sorry, it's gonna be a minute.
Minnesota's undefeated overseas, and it's a home game for them because Minnesota's beloved over there. So sorry, Browns. You will be.
Hey, you never know. We might have some Browns fans.
You know what? McCarthy, our quarterback, could be a dud. We don't even know. Hopefully, he's good.
Hopefully, he's not.
I'm hoping for the best. I really am. Anyways, moving on from there, we got to talk our movie club movie. We did not have a fan question because we have plenty of other stuff to get to.
We got plenty to talk about. We're pushing it off a fan question.
Yeah.
If you've got some comments, throw some comments.
We're happy you guys are in chat. Thank you guys for watching. And if you guys haven't hit the like button, make sure you guys hit that like button. All right. So this movie club movie was your choice of the week. and we're talking about The Substance. This movie came out last year. It was recorded in 2022, or they started doing all the recording
Filming
in 2022. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. So there's some of the stuff I need to bring up about that on here. Anyways, this is the synopsis. We'll talk about who's starring in it, Rotten Tomatoes, budget, and box office, and things we liked about it, facts, and all that jazz. So, synopsis. Have you ever dreamt of a better version of yourself? You, only better in every way. You should try this new product called The Substance. It changed my life. With The Substance, you can generate another you, younger, more beautiful, more perfect. You just have to share time. 1 week for one week for the other. A perfect balance of 7 days each. Easy, right? If you respect the balance, what could possibly go wrong? Starring Demi Moore, Margaret Qualley, and Dennis Quaid. Critics give this movie an 89%. Fans give it a 75. The budget on this movie was $18 million, which is, okay.
With the special effects, okay, I get it.
Box office, it did 82. So a high success. Very, very successful movie. I mean, had we known about this movie, we probably would have gone and seen it.
Yeah.
We
But
didn't
there
know
wasn't
of
like
it.
any advertising for it. And if there was, like, we didn't see it.
Advertising for most movies that were like
Unless it's Marvel, like, you just don't see it.
No, not really. And if you do, it doesn't get advertised well.
No.
The trailer might not do it justice or something. So
It didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
We watched the
trailer.
The only reason I chose this movie is because we watched the very end of the Oscars.
And Demi Moore got nominated.
And I think the movie itself was nominated, I think, too, for multiple awards, or it might have even won something. I don't remember. But like it was
actress,
it was
I know
up,
for sure what they
it
were
was
showing
definitely
off.
up there for multiple times saying the substance. And I'm like, okay, well, obviously
it's
I'm like, why
good.
don't we do something different this year? I was like, and it was considered more independent, right? Yeah. So I was like, why don't we just like do this type of a movie and see this instead of like a Marvel movie or something like that and review that. Let's see if this movie is really as good as its award nominations. So that's the whole reason I chose it. And then we watched a trailer for it the night after, or like literally right after the Oscars. And I watched a trailer and I'm like, okay, all right, looks good. And the trailer compared to the movie,
woo!
I mean,
I'm glad it doesn't tell you
yes,
everything.
it's exactly the way you want a trailer to be, the way that it used to be, which is they tell you just the tiniest bit about the movie, enough to get you hooked.
And what could hook
But the
you?
actual movie, what you see is an iceberg, the tip of an iceberg for the trailer, and you see the rest of the movie later, which is which we're going to talk about.
Yes. So, the first hour and a half, I was completely on board. Like, this movie could be something that is happening in Hollywood. Who knows? Maybe.
It still probably could be.
But to this level, it became a monster movie. And it went off the rails, man.
It basically, to me, it went from
what's the movie? Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of that.
And Black Swan.
Mixed with
it's the one movie you were mentioning.
Death Becomes Her.
Yes.
It's like it's like a serious movie.
Which I might have to rewatch because
anytime you want to
movie.
rewatch Death Becomes Her. I love that
I get
movie.
it. Yes, I know you do. But the thing is, like, you were talking about how the similarities are.
It's very similar.
I don't remember that.
It's
actually
very
I don't remember
similar.
It being
it's
that
just
similar.
Death Becomes Her is more
comedy?
drama comedy, like
dramedy.
Yeah, and this one is more like scary horror, serious.
Okay.
No comedy.
Right.
But yeah, it's like the same kind of story though.
And so let's talk about the characters here. Demi Moore, she's what, 50? That's her character.
Her character's 50, but when she filmed this movie, she was 60 technically.
She was 59.
She was 59.
Yes.
Yeah, so she was 10, like about pretty much 10 years older.
So right this year she's 62, so yeah, she was 59 or 61. I don't know. Either way, she's in her early 60s, and
You see her from top to bottom, front and back, completely naked multiple times. And I mean, the movie is about like, she can't accept that she's been this like poster child, poster woman, like on top of the world since she was like a teenager as far as beauty and representing beauty and sexy and all this other stuff in Hollywood. And now she's 50 and they want someone new and younger and tighter and, more energy, that kind of thing. And so that kind of hits her. And she realizes, oh my God, I'm old, and doesn't like it, can't accept it, and looks for, well, doesn't even really look, but more like gets handed an opportunity to take on the opportunity to enjoy being young again.
Yeah.
Which turns out to be not what she thought it was gonna be.
Oh my gosh, it became such a.
It's hard to not like spoil this movie. I don't want to. I don't want to do a spoiler chat on it because I do feel like whoever's listening should watch it. I feel like you guys.
There's not
I think you
much
should.
for us to spoil unless you actually give it away. We're not gonna give it away.
I don't want to give away the ending.
It does become a monster movie. It does look like The Thing kind of came into existence. Kind of crazy. But
it's basically like what I turned to Josh multiple times, at least 2 to 3 times during the movie. Josh would go, "Well, what's going to happen now?" Or and I go, "You know what? I don't know. I have no idea.
We
I
were
can't
lost.
We were not lost, like not following the story,
it,
but
like
we had no idea
to
because like you can't predict this movie.
No.
I mean, there was like one thing. You predicted the very, very, very last scene, like literally like the scene before like the credits come up, and I was like, okay, that makes sense. But other than that, what you think might happen doesn't happen.
Very artfully.
It did. I mean, the movie itself is art. Like every movie is art, but like
Wes Anderson style artwork, like full camera goes,
like colors and cinematography and music and like everything in it is like it's almost like a dance. It's very much like Black Swan.
Black Swan,
very
was
much
similar.
like Black
yes,
Swan.
I agree.
I very much enjoyed the movie.
I did too.
A lot.
Yeah.
Even like I feel like we could make a meme of our faces, and I almost wish, like, you remember when we watched the movie The Thing, and I said I wish we would have just recorded the entire time our reaction, like that. This movie, The Substance, is just like that, where it's
I
like
was squirming a few
first
times.
I was like this, then I was like this, then I was like this, and then I was like mouth on the floor this, and then I was like this, and then I was like,
I was in my hood.
And then we were like this. And then then at the end we were like this.
Yeah, I was like, what?
There's like so many different emotions. There's not even really a category I feel like this movie can go into, because it's drama, it's horror, it's monsters, it's
it gives it pays homage to Carrie at one point.
I mean, seriously, you don't know where this movie's going, but in a very exciting way.
Right.
So, I mean, I loved it. I'm not going to throw it on.
It looks like
again.
it's written, or it kind of feels like it wasn't written in this decade.
It feels like it was written by 2 different people, almost like a bipolar movie. Like the first half was written by this person, and the second half was written by this person.
Well, if you think about it, a woman has a lot of like,
which is funny because that's what the movie's about, is 2 different people.
Right.
Well,
it's
2 of the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You are one.
Yeah.
The similarities between this and woman's beauty and aging and acceptance of all of that, and just thinking through everything. Had she not done this, then this wouldn't have happened. Had she not done this, then this wouldn't have happened. It's kind of like she was her own worst enemy.
Yeah.
In all of it. She didn't think through everything.
No.
Like...
But she grew up in the face of Hollywood.
Like, when she realized the one mistake she was doing, she was like, oh, wait a minute. She didn't think that one through. And then she left it there.
It also, like, highlights being, like, conceited and literally obsessed with yourself.
Very.
Loving yourself, but loving yourself too much.
What was the themes we were seeing in there? It was, like, lust
Oh, all of the it highlights all the deadly sins.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
Like it's
gluttony.
it's also biblical too.
Oh my god.
It's if you're into all of that kind of like 7,
Yeah.
like it
The
has a
7
lot.
deadly sins.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It really does have that.
Mhm.
Because when Dennis Quaid's eating that shrimp, that gluttony. So
I mean, there are
disgusting.
certain camera angles that kind of I love them
They
and I hate them
worked.
because they put you in a
perspective.
no the certain camera angles that they do are so odd that it makes you feel uneasy.
Yeah.
And but that's the point. And I don't know, it's just shot very well. It's shot, everything about the movie is awesome. It's just the last half hour, 45 minutes is just kind of your jaws on the floor and your brains in your hands.
It's kind of shot like the Grand Budapest Hotel, and
Yeah.
then it's shot like Carrie and like
The Shining.
The Shining.
Yeah.
It gets very, very odd.
Yeah, it's very weird to like put this movie into its own category because I feel like it fits into
At first, it's
so
like a
many
horror,
different
like
categories. Well, it's more like suspense.
and then suspense, and then it becomes something else entirely.
Yeah. So, but no, let's go ahead and give our ratings.
I got facts as well. So
okay.
we can give our ratings though.
Okay.
I give it an 8.
I give it a 9.
It's pretty good.
I think Demi Moore's acting in it was like pristine.
You have this whole thing about Demi Moore because of G.I. Jane, and you've had that kind of like.
I mean, I've just always
movie,
liked her as an actress.
And as an actress, you've liked her.
And I've grown up with her, but also just like there's a scene that I turned to you and I told you like, oh my God, like.
That's your head.
Like, I know without her telling you what's going through her head and how she gets ready for it's not a spoiler, but she's getting ready for like a date. And she's in the bathroom.
The freak out.
She's in the bathroom and
I have a fact about that.
She just like it just was pure human is what it was. It was pure woman. It was pure like I didn't even have to like.
You're gonna kick me. I forgot that she was in Ghost.
It's like the first movie I ever saw.
I know.
Right?
I saw that movie too. I'm sorry. I read the facts here. I was like, oh, that's right.
She's like the main character.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, but she's like in the mirror and like she takes a look at herself, but then like, and she looks great.
Mm-hmm.
But she goes through this scene of before she even like it's silent. The scene is basically silent, and before she even does what she does, just the look in her face and how she's looking at herself in the mirror. I knew exactly what she was going to do. Just like as a woman in the situation and what the movie's brought her up to. I mean, I'm not, in my 60s and but I'm also not what I told Josh. I'm like, I'm not in my 60s yet, but I'm also not 16 anymore.
Right.
So I do have those like.
But you're still in the good demographic of what they consider.
I'm still considered like in my youth. Yes. Yeah. But like. I get those feelings of looking at this picture over here.
You have 20 more years of that.
But this is what I'm trying to say. This picture that you put on my desk.
Yeah.
I'm 16.
I'm 17.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I look at that photo every day now that you put it on my desk of us. And I'm like, it made me look at, and I really love that. And, it's really kind of like the purest youth of our relationship is right there in that photo, like that time of our lives. Yeah. And I look now and I'm like, oh my God, that was 20 years ago.
Right.
Because I'm 36.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here watching the movie and I'm like, yeah, I'm not 60 worried about like, being like older and wrinkly and not being accepted as youthful anymore.
Yeah,
but I'm also
it doesn't mean you can't be there.
I'm also not 16 anymore.
Is that
and
what
I'm
you're saying?
Still able to have these panics of I'm getting older.
Right.
No matter if it's 26, 36, 46, 56. Like you go through these periods. I mean, I didn't really start feeling it till I was in my 30s.
You were 28.
I think I was like 28, 29 when I started going, oh my God.
When you were 28, you said.
But
you had your freak
it's
out.
weird that in the movie she's.
Do you remember having that freak out?
Yes. I remember it was on my birthday. I was like,
28.
It was 28 years old. And
You're
I was like,
almost 30.
And I just kind of like panicked.
Yeah.
And I was like, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? What have I done with my life? And it's just like a quarter life crisis or whatever.
I think all millennials had that because we were told that 30 was considered. When you look no, go back to Seinfeld. They're like in their early 30s and they look
to me,
to our standards, horrible.
when I was younger, I thought people on Seinfeld were like 50.
Yeah.
Like what I would think of a 50-year-old as.
That's what we thought of
And that's what, like,
30-year-olds.
yeah, and that's what
That was our depiction.
But that's the thing, though.
Because
is
20 was youth and teenage was youth.
What I've heard is that when when we were younger, in like 10, we were 10 years old, 13.
Yeah.
That is what 10-year-olds think we are.
Oh.
Now.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what changes that. We have.
I'm not that old. I swear.
You are in the same style though.
Oh, my style doesn't change.
No, but you have.
I try different styles every year.
But you have crop tops and stuff.
But
like
I will tell you that
it doesn't hurt your feelings.
I will tell you that this weekend when we were at the festival, that's the clothes that I'm most comfortable in.
Okay.
I've felt myself in, like, being in my, like, Hot Topic, fun, like, wearing my cool earrings with the safety pins and the barbed wire, and, like, I don't know. That's just been my styles. I've always liked rock and roll and punk, and...
You got called beautiful. We have to get to that.
We'll get to that.
We have to get to that.
We'll get to that. But anyways, I give the movie a 9 out of 10. I think it was amazing, and I think it deserved all the awards. It was great.
I give it an 8 because of the fact that it was a very interesting, kept me stringing along, but man, the ending gave me kind of like if you ever play the game Inside, it ends on such a weird note. That's kind of what I got out of this. It was like I don't know how to feel about this movie. That's okay. We're gonna talk about some facts now. Ray Liotta was actually cast as Harvey, but passed away in 2022, and Dennis Quaid took over.
I can see that.
Yeah.
100%.
Dennis Quaid took over the role really well and became such a jerk.
I hated him. He
and
did a good
Ray
job.
Liotta would have done just
Ray Liotta
as
would have
good.
been amazing.
Where is that? Dennis Quaid was so committed to making Harvey's notorious shrimp eating scene as gross as possible, he ended up eating 4 pounds of shrimp. When I read that, I was like, oh.
All right, so I will tell you one thing. I tell a lot of our horror friends I can't do blood and guts, like, to a certain point.
You can't do gluttony.
But I will tell, yes, I can't do gluttony.
Like mukbangs.
I can't do that.
Disgusting.
That's disgusting. Like, watching someone stuff their face in a movie like that.
You were so
I about shut the movie
out.
off because of that scene versus the end, okay?
Yeah. That's how wild that is
bad.
to me.
That's how bad I don't like that. Chew with your mouth closed, keep yourself clean, even though I'm the one making the mess while we eat.
Demi Moore said she was so nervous about filming full nudity at the age of 59 and felt vulnerable, but she credited her co-star Margaret Qualley, who was 29 at the time of filming.
I told you. I knew she was in her 30s, or basically 30. I knew that. I was like, wow, she doesn't look too much different than me.
And portrayed a younger version of her character with making her feel comfortable on set. Qualley also performed totally naked. Coincidentally, Qualley's mother, Andie MacDowell, co-starred 40 years earlier with Demi Moore in St. Elmo's Fire.
Really?
In 1985,
wow.
which we haven't seen.
We have not seen that one yet.
But Demi Moore was in that
list.
movie, and Margaret Qualley's mother, performed with Demi Moore. So that's like,
I mean, I know they're supposed to be like making it seem like Demi Moore is like, they're supposed to make her look older, which, I mean, she looks older than 29, obviously. But I'll tell you what, in her 60s, her body was like, I think they did a good job at making sure, the makeup that she wore on set was minimal. So they want to see the wrinkles. They want to see the scars. They want to see
because
the beauty marks.
Elizabeth Sparkle turns 50 in the movie, and Demi Moore is 59. So,
yeah. But they did a good job at seeing, like, your boobs aren't as perky anymore. Your ass isn't as tight anymore. And then but at the same time, like, I'm like, really? You chose Demi Moore for this role? Because honestly, as a 60-year-old, she looks fucking hot. I was like, she looks great.
Oh, yeah.
And then for her to say, like, oh, I'm scared being on camera, look, in my 50s, in my 60s, and being completely naked, I'm like, girl, you look great. You look like J-Lo.
Yeah, right.
But at the same time, I think with the movie, they did a good job saying, there's a 30-year difference between these two women, and this is why she misses being young, kind of thing. She misses the perky boobs. She misses the soft skin, the
Mm-hmm.
no wrinkles, and the tight butt, and like, I get it.
Right. Demi Moore wasn't the director and writer's first pick, whose name is Coralie. During a meeting in Paris, Moore gave her a copy of the 2019 memoir of hers, which convinced the director to cast her due to its depiction of her relationship to her body during the early and peak years of her film career. So she kind of gave like a whole depiction of like, hey, this is how I felt about my body. I kind of want to be in this movie. So like kind of gives a whole like, she did this to get through like, things that she was already dealing with herself. Demi Moore's Golden Globe win for this film is her first major win in her more than 40-year career.
Oh, good.
So she got a Golden Globe.
Good for her. I knew she got.
She was
an
nominated
award.
for Best Actress for the Oscar. Yes.
Okay.
And that's
she totally deserves.
That's her first ever nomination.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy, isn't it?
It is.
40+ year career.
Wow.
That's her first nomination, and she also got a Golden Globe. She stated that for the full mirror sequence, she did at least 15 takes for each scene, and at the end of the day, her face was raw. So when she was like doing the smudging,
the scene I'm talking
makeup,
about.
Yeah, 15 takes each time, each one. Like she did it like 3 times.
Yeah,
she did the first one, second, and the third. Yeah, and then she like freaked out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, doing it that many times too, like I can see how that can get in your head to like really seat like what you're trying to feel. And
exactly.
But to do it that many times, she got across exactly like I told you before. Like when the scene is happening, I knew exactly what was going through her head.
Yeah.
Like she didn't even have to say anything, and I'm like, and she nailed it.
Got a couple more facts here. The director personally operated the camera for point of view shots, sometimes playing the character's body in the scene by wearing the appropriate costume. So she kind of did like first person shots herself, like the director did. Demi Moore has only one line of dialogue in all of her scenes with Dennis Quaid, which is the one she's at the restaurant.
She's at the
she says the one thing like
she says when's it stop or stops when or whatever.
Yeah. Yep. And he didn't even give her an answer.
No.
Let's see here. This is the first body horror film ever to be permitted in screen in Vietnam. So they're obviously really the writer-director aimed to continue the feminist themes that she developed in Revenge in 2017, including what it means to be a woman. She began writing the film in her 40s, a period when she was confronting negative thoughts about her relevance and appearance. "Quote unquote, I really started to think and have these voices in my head, like, now your life is over. No one is going to care about you." She described the process of making the film as a way to confront and release this internalized violence tied to societal expectations about women's bodies and aging, using the body horror genre as a weapon of expression.
I couldn't have said it any better.
So,
very good.
I'm going to raise it to an 8.5.
I still keep it at a 9.
It's a really good movie.
Honestly, it would have been a 10 out of 10, but the end kind of threw me off.
And
I know Brian's going to kill me for that one because I know he loves all the horror and stuff. But like, Brian, that was a little bit like.
It was a little weird.
I know, Brian. I know you were trying to warn us. I know you were.
Yep.
He was like surprised that I chose that movie. He's like, just so you know, there's a scene. I'm like, okay, all right, it can't be that bad. And I thought he meant when they first split.
Yeah.
I thought that was the scene. I thought that was the scene.
And that was pretty rough on its
That's
own.
nothing compared to the end of the movie.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one is my pick. And we have a choice of 2. We can either do Thunderbolts, which is actually getting pretty good ratings, I hear, or we can go along with the sequel of X and do Pearl.
Ooh.
Don't worry, that's not going to leave my list, but
I don't know. I kind of want to do Pearl.
You want to do Pearl?
Yeah, I
Okay.
kind of want to. I mean, I want to see Thunderbolts eventually, but
Well, we might as well. We might still see it in
we might
theaters
still
while
see
it's in
but
theaters.
like,
we might see
I
it this
like that
weekend.
we're on this we're in the like springtime and we're
Mhm.
doing these horror movies, and I like horror movies that have a
story,
have a lore,
good theme,
like
and
have a
lore.
backstory,
Yeah.
like a connection.
And Pearl is a direct
So-
connection because it stars Mia Goth, so it has a direct connection. But here's the synopsis. In 1918, a young woman on the brink of madness pursues stardom in a desperate attempt to escape the drudgery, isolation, and lovelessness of life on her parents' farm. Starring Mia Goth, David Corenset, and I don't think there's not going to be any names in this that we're going to know. It's rather and Mia Goth actually wrote it with the director.
Cool.
Yeah. So she had some writing credits. That's crazy. It's rated R. Came out the same year of X 2022. So
The Substance is rated R.
yeah, it is.
I didn't even have to look that one up. It's probably RNC-17.
I wonder how much they had to cut if they didn't.
I don't know.
Got a couple of nerd news items to get to here, and then we got to talk about our concert. So,
yeah.
First off, the
concerts.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Concerts.
Yes, you're right. First off, it has been confirmed that Five Nights at Freddy's is coming to Dead by Daylight. Yeah, FNAF.
FNAF is coming to Dead by Daylight. FNAF is coming to DBD.
Yes.
Fuck
it is.
yeah.
It is. We are getting
I'm
Five Nights at
excited.
Freddy's.
No, I really am excited.
So you're gonna get the trap, and then you also get Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria being
hell yeah. It's about time. I'm excited.
Looking forward to that actually.
I want to play some more DBD.
And then this also got announced.
The Dead by Really?
The Witcher is coming.
Is he gonna run around and take me with his shirt off?
You can be Geralt.
Is he gonna take me with his shirt off?
I don't know.
Is his killing scene gonna be him with his shirt off and he just grabs me and his eyes glow and
yeah,
I'll die.
Maybe. I'll die and do the dishes.
You want me to stop this generator? Okay.
Yep. So that's that. You have a message on Facebook, I guess. But anyways, we got to get to our concert chat here. I have a couple other. I have one other item, but it doesn't really matter. We got to. One quick thing. I just read this right before our stream started. Scary Movie 6 rumors are about. The OG cast is coming back. Well, the Wayans brothers are attached.
Yeah.
They got
to go. I feel
go.
like we talked about this, not a
fact
year
that-
ago, maybe? Rumors.
Well, the fact that they got attached, that was the big thing.
Yeah.
So the Wayans brothers are 100% on board. It's
kind of like South Park. It's honestly, it's going to be pretty easy to come back because there's so many new horror movies that you can make fun of to make a decent Scary Movie 6.
Ghostface will be returning.
Has to.
Yep, and Pennywise and Vecna
has to
will be parodied.
Yes.
So we've got a few. That's actually I'm looking forward to it. So that was just rumored. So Anna Faris and the OG cast, including anybody who was in the first movie.
Love it.
So I'm looking forward
Shorty.
to that. Shorty, yes. All right, so let's talk concerts here. We have to first talk about the first concert we went to on April 29th. So the reason why we actually postponed the podcast.
Yeah, the first reason.
Yeah. So we went and saw From Ashes to New, Asking Alexandria, Royale Lynn, and What Lies Below. And that was a meet and greet to go and see the boys at the Clyde Theater downtown, and it was a blast. I had a really good time. They signed your book.
I brought my build book there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get I should have explained it a little bit more, but Matt, one of the lead singers, I was able to kind of explain it to him after. I get a little bit more time with the guys after the meet and greet.
You did. You actually got like some kind of like.
I got like a one-on-one with him
You did,
afterwards. Not trying to like fangirl or anything, but it was mainly just like I brought my build book for my cosplay for Pyramid Head because
you didn't post anything of it.
What from Ashes to New?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't post a
You didn't post the meet and greet.
Guarantee you I posted it somewhere.
No.
Oh, I don't.
This is your stuff.
I could have sworn that I posted
right
it.
Here.
Okay. Oh wait, no. There's the bed. Keep going. Oh, maybe I didn't post it. I don't know. Maybe we were. I don't know.
We've been so busy.
We've been so busy. I still hadn't posted anything yet. Anyways, so where was I? Yeah. So we did a meet and greet with From Ashes to New for like I don't know what 8th, 9th, 10th time, something like that.
Meet and greet 6th. The 9th time we saw them, I believe, at this.
Yeah. So anyways, so they I brought my build book with me. Like we have so many, honestly, we have so much memorabilia of theirs signed already, like pre-signed. And I've got guitar picks from Lance. I've got like I mean, I don't need all that stuff. That stuff should be honestly be given now or like be thrown
to newbies.
And like yeah, it's for newbies to get them excited about the band. Like I mean, I've already made my impression and they've made their impression on me. Like that's just the way it is. So the guys just recognize me now. That's just
right.
That's how it is. And I try not to fangirl and try to be more like a hey, they're people just like me and you know, I can fangirl during the concert. Don't fangirl like any other time. Just
right.
because I mean, that's kind of the way it is. I don't think I've ever really like fangirled other than when I accidentally met Chester for the first time. Like well, first and only time. But like I feel like that was just I was also super young and didn't know how to control my emotions. So, but anyway, so we went to the concert. I brought my build book, and the reason I brought it is because their music while I was building it is a lot of what I listened to, and there's a few songs that really got me through making this build and really pushed me to the next level based off of what they sing about and it just really inspired a lot of my build. So in a certain way, they helped and had a hand in building my, you know, Crown Champions cosplay build. So I just wanted them to know that, hey, and if it wasn't for them to get me back into music in 2020, I might not even be into cosplay right now. There's a lot of stuff my life would not be like right now if it was not from Ashes to New. So just wanted to give them that like, hey, here you go. Yeah. So Matt was able to at least kind of get that story. Loved it and loved looking through it real quick and signing it for me. And basically during the meet and greet, I asked him, hey, can you sign this real quick? He's like, well, not, you know, I've got a line of people. Why don't you just like hang back after just hang back and then after all the other people go, then we'll, you know, chat and whatnot. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, cool. But yeah, so I got to talk to him and it was funny because
I didn't know you had that conversation.
Yeah, it was quick. But I was able to say,
yeah, they were pushing them out the door at that point.
I know that their bodyguards and stuff were like, their people are about to come in here. We need to get them out. So I mean, it wasn't 30 seconds, but it also wasn't like, you know, 10 minutes. But it was enough for me to be like, he asked like, you know, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. How long has it been? I'm like, honestly, since you guys were at the Clyde last. And he's like, oh, it's been a year. How you been? Like, got to catch up with him a little bit and didn't ask him about Severance. Damn it, I forgot.
That's okay.
Because he's a Severance lover too. And then just told him about my build and everything. And he was talking to me about how he grew up around where people thought Silent Hill took place. And you know,
Wasn't it in New York?
I thought it was New York, Pennsylvania, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we talked for a little bit, and I said about it being inspired and whatnot. And he was just like, I'm glad that I could get you to that. And then gave me a big hug and said, like, you know, keep it up. Let's see what the next big build is. And I was like, you're funny because I don't know how I'm going to top this one.
Yeah.
So, and then I let him go to another person. Or actually, I think after that, he was polled and said, hey, you need to go. Like, people are going to start rushing you if you don't move. Lance came up and we got to have a little bit more of a conversation. And it was funny because I was like, hey, he did me a favor and signed my 700-hour cosplay book, because I go into his Twitch streams quite a bit when he's live, and I've at least played like Marvel Rivals with him and whatnot. But one of the last time he streamed, I went in there, I was technically in the middle of building my finishing up Pyramid Head, and he was asking me like, how long did it take you? And I kind of rounded it out, and I'm like, honestly, in the last year, and really threw an average number, and I'm like, probably about 700 hours. And he was like, no shit. And I was like, yeah. So that's what I said when I handed him the build book, and he's like, first thing he said was, why didn't you show up in the helmet at least? And I was like, and I just jokingly said, I was like, if I were to show up as Pyramid Head to your meet and greet, and I said, I would have a longer line than you. And just like trying to be funny and like kind of serious at the same time. And he was like, yeah, and I'd be in the line. And then afterwards I was like, no, seriously. Plus it takes me like over 3 hours to get ready. And he's like, that's an excuse? And I was like, okay, plus you'd have to take me like, have me come to the back and whatnot because people can't see me. And he's like, I can make that happen. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. You just let me know, and I will get in full costume the next time you guys are in town, and we can take pictures. He's like, could make for a good TikTok.
Oh, my.
And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. But, yeah, so I got to talk to him for a little bit, and then Danny and Maddie were really busy, and I was just, by the time, like, I got to them, it was like, can you just sign this real quick so that way I can, like, go and you guys get my spot, and whatnot. So but I got some hugs and good luck, or not good looks, but good job and things like that. So it was fun. But their concert was amazing. They get so much better every single time we see them, I swear.
I want to be a little biased on saying, maybe not trying to be biased, but our meet and greet line was longer than Asking Alexandria.
I will. So that is so weird that they are not headliners for this tour right now.
I agree.
Like, it's the Asking Alexandria tour, but I will tell you that the From Ashes to New crowd was larger. The From Ashes to New crowd was more active, more into it, more rowdy, more like it was as if they were headliners.
Because we left the crowd for Asking Alexandria
just to stand back.
Everyone was just standing
around and like, woo.
I'm gonna be a little on that same note. Metallica was the same.
I think it has to do with the type of music too.
I agree.
Like From Ashes to New is new metal. It's like thrashy and rap.
It's move.
It's jump around.
Move.
It's get into it. And then there's like rock and roll, which is kind of like you're there to, just enjoy the music and the rock and roll aspect of it. Then there's, I don't think of Asking Alexandria, maybe a little bit of like moshing and things like that, but not like a whole lot.
No.
And From Ashes to New, it's like literally almost every song you could throw
Asking
a pit
Alexandria is just like a basic rock group. We even didn't watch them when we were in Ohio.
Well, we had already seen them.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, we can skip. Yeah. But yeah, and then on top of that, their VIP line for like meet and greet, like From Ashes to New was
looks like
4 times longer.
Yeah. Their meet and greet ended at like 2 fence links. Ours was the fence
was
link
past
was past that. It was it's crazy. But actually, I think our meet and greet was sold out.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was only 2 passes left when I finally grabbed it. And I was like, I don't know why I pushed it off. I just was like, oh, yeah, I should probably grab my meet and greet.
Because there's no way it's going to sell out.
Yeah,
now you're like, oh, I got to get it now.
And I was like, oh, shit, I really need to.
Yeah.
You know that they would have made an exception.
So
I don't need all of their memorabilia. I just need to go and hang out for a few.
But we saw Rick, and we got to hang out with him.
Our friend Rick, yeah.
Yeah. We dealt with a few drunk people around us. It was annoying.
Can we tell the story? Can we tell the Wayne's World story?
Sure. Then we got to move on to our Sonic Temple.
So I'll try to make a long story short here, but basically we're second from the barricade, on the left of the stage, like perfect view From Ashes to New.
Mind you, I did not mean to pull this move, but apparently it's a move.
It was perfect. So because Josh and I got VIP From Ashes to New, we got VIP lanyards that say VIP on them. And because of that, we have early entry, meaning we can go to the barricade before anyone else.
Meaning we were there first.
And the doors opened, I think, for this concert at 6:30? something like that.
6:30.
And then we got there at 4:15
Mm-hmm.
to line up and then do the meet and greet and everything. So we have been lined up and at the barricade for an hour prior to the doors opening. So anyway, so that's a precursor. So then we get the first couple of bands on. Everybody did great. We saw and then Royal Lynn gets
Royal
on.
Lynn was
who's
good.
amazing live. And all of a sudden we get this drunk lady, super drunk. She's probably a little bit younger than us.
Yeah.
Right behind us with her maybe boyfriend.
Probably boyfriend.
Her significant
Yeah.
other, right? And she's so drunk she's slurring. And she's one of those really annoying,
whiny,
like,
yeah.
like, so she's trying to move her way in front of our friend Rick, who's standing behind us, and she taps Josh on the shoulder on his right side, by the way, where he's deafened, and is yelling at him saying, "Can I get in front of you?" Like, no, we've been standing here and we are at the barricade. This is our spot. Like, that's the way it is. There's barricade etiquette. If you've ever been to a concert, you got your stumps. And we are stumps. First come, first serve. If I leave to go to the bathroom, Josh saves my spot. And when
I become two people.
He becomes two people. And the people around us who have been there for as long as we have become two people. Like, and we save each other spots. That's just how it is.
Yes.
Sorry. Until we see the band that we want to see, you're not getting in front of us.
Yeah.
So anyway, so she's like, I just told her, Josh, like, what's going on?
Because I couldn't hear.
He couldn't hear anything because she was yelling at him on the right side. Rick's trying to, like, talk to the drunk girl. You know he can't hear you. He's deaf in his right side. Plus, he's got an earplug in both ears on top of that and can't hear him. So she is calling me and him every name she can think of under the sun because we won't let her cut in front of us to be at the barricade.
Because it's her first concert.
Because it's our first concert. And I'm like, then you should have gotten some VIP and been here earlier.
I remember my first concert.
I remember my first concert.
I was 19. I mean, on my own. I was 19, and that's when we went to Family Values.
Yeah.
And that was amazing.
So, anyway, we're like 2 songs into Royal Lynn right now. And she is throwing such a huge fit that the people around her, she's not just annoying us, and she's not just annoying Rick. She's starting to really piss off the people around her. She is loud. She's obnoxious. She's pushing people.
Yeah.
She's starting to push Josh and I'm like, I'm getting pissed off. And the worst thing you can do in this situation at a concert is turn around and interact with the drunk person. It just makes it worse. The best thing you could do is just smile and ignore them.
It's what they call feeding the trolls.
Exactly. So eventually a security person at the front of the barricade gets the attention and signals for her to come in front of us for the barricade so she can talk to him and he can hear.
Yeah.
So she takes that advantage, gets in front of us. I can't believe they won't let me in front of them. And he's looking at me and, like, giving me, like, the, oh, okay, she's drunk.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. And he lets her, like, basically complain to him for, like, 5 minutes. And then I misunderstand him and he goes, can she stand right here? And I thought, like, he meant, can you switch her spots? And I lit up and I yelled at him. I shouldn't have, but I apologize. And I was like, I've been here for 3 fucking hours. I am not moving. She is not taking my spot. That is bullshit. He was like, no. Can you and him switch places so she can see over you? And I was like, he's deaf in his right ear. That is why I'm standing on his left side. And he goes, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Like, basically, you need to get in the back of the line. And she's refusing and blah, 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 blah. She finally gets behind us and thinks, because Josh moves over and Josh's arm lightly bumps because he's trying to get back, shoulder to shoulder. He pushed me.
Yeah, she was a
Oh
little
my
over the
god,
top.
she just is looking for any reason.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Stupid. Like just and so Josh in this moment pulls like the best fucking thing and lifts up like he's just like he's pissed and so he pulls up the VIP badge,
like,
turns and just goes like this. VIP.
As
And
in,
she's
I
like
have been here. And I apparently pulled a Wayne's World where
He
they
just
walk
had his
in with their
lanyard, and he
VIPs
just like pulls and puts the VIP badge in her face, and she goes, "VIP my ass!" Blah blah
he
blah.
didn't like that.
She did not like that. She
No.
eventually ended up like the security guard was like, "Do you want to get out? Do you want to leave?" Blah, blah. And she was like, "That's it, I'm out of here," and then left. And then then he apologized to us and said sorry for ruining your show. Blah 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 blah.
That was during Royale Lynn.
It was like she was also singing like a Flyly song, and it was like pissing me off. I'm like,
that's
I was like, I'm missing my show. Can you just get her the fuck
She
out
did
of
Fully
here?
Alive.
Yeah, she did.
I forgot
so
about
pissed off.
that.
But
She did so good.
it was funny because I turned to Rick because Rick knows Wayne's World front to back like I do, and I was
Yeah,
like,
you guys
he
pulled
pulled the
that.
Wayne's World. He's like,
Yeah.
I know. He's like pulling the
Yeah,
VIP in the
VIP's
face.
up.
Oh
Mhm.
my god, it was hilarious. But yeah, so anyways, the concert ended up being just completely fine the rest of the time,
Yeah.
other than you and Rick bashing heads.
We hit heads and we were trying to get the guitar pick that Lance threw at me, and some girl wound up getting it instead. So I
Yeah,
was like,
whatever, it didn't matter.
And you said it didn't matter. I was
It
like,
does-
okay,
we
well,
have-
as
we
long as it
have
doesn't
so many
matter
already.
to you, it doesn't matter to me because
Yeah.
it's just memorabilia that
Yeah.
we're just gonna look at. I think they collect guitar
He
picks.
he does have some really amazing guitar picks.
We
They're
don't.
Pokemon, and they're also right now they're Powerpuff Girls.
We don't
so.
need more things to lose. You know, it's
I know,
like
but either way,
we collect band shirts. We didn't even get merch at Sonic Temple, but we're gonna get to that right now. So let's talk about Sonic Temple, which was last week for us. So we went to Ohio and celebrated a whole bunch of concert, bands for 4 days from Thursday to Sunday. So Thursday we got right in town, right on time for checking in at proper hour at 3:00 at the extended stay there, which I gotta say is fine for people who have what's the word I'm looking for? Who have planned meals and planned.
yeah, we didn't.
We didn't. We forgot our crock pot, so that was
We
first off,
originally were going to have planned meals.
yeah.
And
we're like,
and
whatever. We'll just get restaurant, whatever. Bad idea.
It was a bad idea.
Yeah, we're
we
already,
spent way too much
we
money on
spent
food.
A lot of money. Starbucks. We're like, you have to have a
because
coffee.
we didn't have
maker.
any coffee.
Yeah, so
at
we
the
have to have
hotel, and we didn't
coffee
have any
every morning.
food at the hotel. We had to go get that.
Yeah, so we weren't happy about how much money we spent, but I gotta say, if we went to a hotel that provided coffee and breakfast, it would have probably knocked that down a little bit. But anyways, that's my downside of the choice. But we went with what was feasible at the time.
Honestly, like the
fine.
town that we stayed in, though,
Oh my God, Dublin.
like. It made me want to start, and not made me. We ended up actually
We
like
wound up
checking
looking
out
up rent prices
I was
and-
like, this place
Yeah.
is nice.
Yeah, I mean,
And I just all I
I
went off of
agreed.
was just I was on Booking and went, this has good reviews and this is a decent
Yeah.
price and I'm booking it 6 months out, so
Yep.
this sounds great. Let's do it. I didn't look at like the area. I just
yeah.
went with all my check marks, and that one
So
met
you
all the
scored
marks.
pretty well on that. I'll tell you what else you scored really well on: the parking.
The parking.
The
Ayo, I'm awesome.
parking.
Yep.
Look at you win. So we got to the festival at 4, and we got concrete parking like right next to the festival because we
Mhm.
bought premier parking for 4 days
Ahead of time.
which wasn't even sold out. It wasn't sold out. The parking wasn't. There was plenty of room, but people just weren't buying passes.
Nope.
They were just getting drop-offs.
Yep.
Which is
Making it worse.
causing
Making
problems.
making congestion worse.
So we got to the festival right at 4 p.m. We saw a good list of bands that day. I'll list them right away here. We saw Memphis Mayfire.
I wish we would have seen more of them.
Well, yeah, we'll go back to that. Poppy, 3 Days Grace, Bad Omens, Motionless in White, and Korn. You moshed during Poppy.
I sure did.
That was your first mosh. I don't think I have that photo up. Do you have that on your?
It's literally in my
Hold on.
Sonic Temple
Hold on.
2025.
I don't know if I saw that. Hold on.
I have it by day, so it's all
I know.
uploaded.
I know. But I have to go look. Is it?
Yeah.
Here. That's.
Yep,
Well,
that's
is that?
one of
That's not
them.
the one. I want that other one.
That's the one right
That
after
one.
that one.
Well, yeah, I know that now. Duh. So there's the one of Alex moshing at Poppy. And what was the song she was doing? It wasn't Van. It was the other
No,
one.
it was the last song. I don't remember what it's called. It was her last song though.
But you were enjoying it.
Well, I know the song, but I don't know the song name.
Yeah.
But I was like, as soon as she said like make a pit and whatnot, and I'm like, that's it. I'm like, I'm feeling you. You're amazing live.
Poppy was so fun.
I'm like, I'm like, if she comes anywhere near our town, we're going. Like, she puts on she sounds better live. Better and stronger live than she does on the radio or digitally. Like, you don't get the feel of her vocal range and her power until you are in her presence. Like, she just opens up her freaking mouth and a devil comes out, and then after that she sings and an angel comes out. It's like,
yeah,
she reminds me of like female Chester Bennington.
She does anime style, then she does metal style. So
it's
she's like
so
all over
weird.
the place.
And her like the whole like performance, the way that she has it's all like laid out pretty cool, like a story kind of like. It's, I don't know, I love it.
3 Days Grace was enjoyable because of the fact that we got to see their old singer come back, and they worked so well together that I turned to you. I said, man, it took them this long to find out that this is what works. And there's a guy right in front of us that fist bumped me. He's like, right? And
he's like, right?
Because like 3 Days Grace, when with either singer, but together
was awesome.
They
like the 3 Days Grace 2X or whatever is what they're calling, or X2 is what they're calling it.
They work well.
Because Josh and I have seen 3
both.
Days Grace with the original singer. We've seen 3 Days Grace with the new singer, and now we've seen 3 Days Grace with both of them together. And both of them together really do well together.
I've said that out loud. I was like, I can't believe it took them this long to get it right.
Yeah, it was a really good performance. Yeah.
We saw Bad Omens. They're a pretty good band. I like Bad Omens. Pretty fun to watch. Right after Bad Omens, a lot of stuff happened within like a 10-minute period.
Oh yeah.
We saw a dude right in front of us just vomit.
Before that, there was like the last song of Bad Omens and a huge pit.
Oh, the wall.
A huge wall. A wall pit. So basically, like,
you split.
Before like the bass drops, basically, like the big like everybody starts like pushing. They create a pit, like a big circle pit without people moving. And then as soon as like basically like, the drums start going and everything, then people like run into each other and a pit happens. But they opened up a huge like 50-foot pit.
Think of what's the one something Red Rover? Is that what it is?
Oh, Red Rover? Yeah, the game.
Basically that.
Basically think about that, except everybody runs into each other.
One side versus one side, and then
and then they all come together.
Yeah.
So I posted that or reposted it because someone took a video of it, right, and they were literally standing to the left of us.
Yeah.
And the pit just like opened in front of us, and I was like, so
it created a field.
It created a field of people. So after that, Josh decides, oh my god, that's like 100 rows of people that we could just rush to the front for corn.
So like, get to the front, get to the front, get to the front,
get to the front, get to the front. So we took that opportunity as the pit opened up, which means people left the area, and we went boom to the front.
We were like 5 away from the barricade.
We were 5 heads away from the barricade for corn.
The problem that happened once corn got on, but we'll talk about that in a sec.
Yeah.
So within a 10-minute period, by the time we got to that area, a guy puked in front of us. So we had to deal with
a super drunk guy.
We had to deal with,
of course,
that. So I came up with the idea of piling garbage over it.
Yeah, because everybody just like when they're done drinking their beer and
they just put them on the ground.
You just drop it on the floor. So like everybody made like a hole basically around where the guy puked, and then just kind of weaved himself away from his puke.
Yep.
And we just piled a bunch of like with our feet, obviously, just pushed a bunch of beer cans
Trash.
and trash over the area.
Just
And
to cover
eventually,
it.
people just didn't care.
Eventually, it drained out, and it was fine.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
But we had to stand there in the heat
Mm-hmm.
next to puke because we also weren't gonna move.
You say heat.
Oh, it was not.
Within
it
5
was-
minutes, a guy had to be stretchered out,
Oh,
and another
I
person
forgot
passed
that guy.
out.
Oh yeah, all of a sudden, like we probably had like 10 people from him.
Yeah.
And it was like people were just, we need medic, and then we just saw this guy get rushed to the front, completely unconscious. Like he obviously fainted because he had like no color to his face when they pulled him out of the crowd. But then he started moving his eyes.
So this
and
image is
stuff.
us right before Corn, or actually it might be during Bad Omens because the sun's still up. But this right here is Corn performing, and they did a really good show. And that's how close we were. That's not on any screen or anything.
Nope,
So it's like
that's
we got
that's
to
where
see,
we were.
We got to see him. It was pretty awesome.
No, and it was basically, if anything, I feel like it was better than seeing him back in 2007.
Right.
I thought that was great, or 2008, or whenever we saw him.
On our way out, leaving Corn, we were leaving with a good crowd of people, and there was this one drunk guy who kept on asking us what day it was. And, and he kept on looking around, and
He's
he
like,
wasn't paying
guys,
attention.
is it the 7th? Is it the 8th? Is it...
What is it, the 9th?
What is it, the 9th? And then he wasn't looking, and there's this giant ass, like,
Puddle.
3-foot puddle in front of him, and we're like, bro, look out, right when he's saying it, and he just, like,
steps right in.
and he's like,
gets
it's the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, fuck! And then we were all like, it's the 8th, bro! And he's like, thanks.
So every time we passed by this puddle coming in, we always said, oh, look out for the 8th.
Look out for the 8th.
Yep.
That puddle never went away. It was so big.
Yeah.
I did get to body surf.
You did. Okay, so yeah, I kind of
Oh wait, we
skipped out
forgot
on
about
that.
the mosh pit.
So
there.
yeah, with and all the body surfers that went over us. So little does a lot of people know is Ohio's Sonic Temple /
Rock on the
Range was known for the body surfing, and people don't realize that. We forgot how heavy it gets.
After doing it for a while, yeah, you forget. And you forget how crazy it can get.
We had 4 at once over us.
So I think
and that's where it collapsed.
The first 3 songs of Korn, I already counted over. I lost count over 30 bodies.
Yeah,
that have gone over us already.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you think about that, that's 2 to 3 minutes a song.
Mm.
That's if they play the whole song and don't go into and then they go into the next one right away.
Right.
So that's 12 minutes, and we already have 30 bodies over us. That's a couple bodies apiece.
That was insane.
And it's anything from a child, which you never ever boo when a child, like that's just etiquette.
Oh, when it's a child,
when it's a child, your hands go up, you rock,
glide.
You rock out, you tell them good job, good for you, because it can be scary. You try to make it a good experience.
Did you see that one kid go over us with his eyes closed and he kept on opening them? I'm guessing he was scared. I'm guessing he was told if you get scared, close your eyes, but he was curious about.
Yeah. I mean, I think the youngest body surfer we saw was probably like 7, 8.
I would say 7
but
or 8.
the average child probably around
10.
Yeah, and there was a handful too.
Good handful
I was
of
like,
body
damn.
surfers,
And I'm like,
yeah.
I would have so much fun as a child.
You would. Yeah.
But yeah, basically, whenever one would go above me, I'm like, you could put a pinky up. Like, just everybody put a pinky up. You can hold the child.
Yeah, very much. Actually, it kind of surprised me how heavy some kids were.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was
like 4 or 5 people over us all of a sudden during, I don't even know what song. It's like the fourth song.
And we just gave, it just gave in. And then all of a sudden it just got
we had a
hectic.
pit to the left, a pit to the right that were pushing us and going boom, 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 which is fine. Because that's what happens. You feel the people, you feel the music, you're bumping up and down.
I was up on my tiptoes like, all right, this is getting a little
much. Eventually, yeah, you could not feel the floor because the people were pushed so tightly together and you were just moving back and forth.
I was also just trying to get air.
Yeah, and then you're panicking a little bit because you're trying to get air. But we had I think there was 4 at a time at one point, and it split Josh and I in half. Like, I was on the left and we lost each other, and I came up and Josh goes, we both pop up after the three person. Josh goes, that's it, I'm done. I got kicked. He got kicked in the ear really bad. Yeah. And I was like, well, I just got kicked in the face. We should probably get out and, just take a break from the pit. But the only way when you're in the first 10 to 15 rows from the barricade, the only way to get out for the most part is to go up. and out.
I went forward and shoved through and said, I want out, I want out, I want out, I want out.
Yeah, and if you're lucky, people can make space and get you out.
Yep.
By the time Josh said,
I
want out, Josh started to move, but I said, hold on a second, because I saw there was a large guy coming towards us, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to move. Josh went, apparently. I didn't see him go.
Hear you.
And I went to go help move that person. That person went over me, and then all of this, before I could even turn around, there was another 3 people on top of me. I got up from those people, yelled for Josh, didn't see him. So I started to move to the right to get out of the crowd, and my feet weren't touching the floor because of how squished I was. And I was like,
yeah.
So I was up like chest to chest with a guy, and I'm like, okay, get me up. And he's like,
Yep.
up. And I'm like, yep, get me up. So everybody just kind of like really tightly got me up, and I body surfed for all of like 2 feet.
I saw that body surf because I was waiting by the corner there, and I saw you just like, I was waiting.
I just kind of went.
Because I had your phone.
I know, because I was also like, you had my phone because I had a skirt on, so I'm like, how do I find you?
But you had your Fitbit. I could have texted you. Probably.
Yeah, we figured that
out afterwards.
later.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I body surfed for all of like 2 seconds, and then found Josh, and then said, yep, it's fine. We don't have to go that close anymore. We got our pictures. We got our experience. We can hang back.
I just wanted to see Korn not on an LED screen for the
yeah,
first
he
time.
wanted to be able to actually like see them, which we did.
We've seen Korn 2-3 times before, and it was always lawn, or like we were always too far away, and we had to look at the screen the whole time.
Yeah, so it's basically just like you go to a concert, you're watching the TV the whole time.
Right.
So we like to be up close.
We got that
I also just like
opportunity.
being in pits. I like
I
the
don't
body
mind
surfing
the crowd anymore.
Yeah.
I think
it's fun. It's an adrenaline rush. And
Thursday.
you have to have the mentality and the strength.
Thursday was a wake up call to it. Like I didn't have the culture shock of like, oh my god, so many bodies at once. Like
well,
I
the
know
last time we did it was 10 years ago.
I know exactly. Like that's kind of what I was like.
That's why I kept checking
on
on you. Like during Korn, I was like, I know that you were getting pissed off that a few people were like really landing on you hard, but I'm like,
no, it wasn't that.
This is what it's gonna be like, and it's only gonna get worse, which it did.
It was more of the shoving us back and forth, and I'm not able to have a like elbow room to myself. And there are times when it gets hectic, but we know
when it starts getting
it's
when it starts getting dangerous is when we get out, which is okay. I don't want 500 pounds of people falling on top of me.
Yep.
Is why we got out.
And that happened another time later on.
But yeah, so later on, like we're watching the show, and all of a sudden I was like, man, I really hope that they play Adidas.
Yeah.
it was like. Right. What, like 10 seconds? Not even 10 seconds later, you just hear. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
And you're like, it's Adidas, let's go. And you like, all right, I'm gonna body surf.
I was like, it's a sign. I need a body surf.
And I took a video of it, but I'm not gonna play that one. But there's a video of her out there. I think you put it on your TikTok even.
It's on TikTok. It's on Facebook. It'll eventually make it on Instagram.
But it's of her like body surfing during Korn, and it's a very it took you almost the entire song to get through the crowd. They pushed you so slowly.
Normally it was weird.
Fast.
Usually you go fast, but I was like, I was enjoying it. I had time to actually like, other than being dropped. Well, I got dropped, but like
you got picked up.
I didn't get dropped on the floor. It's more like I sank.
Yeah.
And then got pushed back up like I think 5 times.
Yeah, exactly.
But I made it through basically the entire song of Adidas going into a
Twisted Transistor,
which
is your second favorite.
Which is my second favorite song.
Yeah.
And I got to wave at Jonathan Davis for a second. I was like, "What's up, Jonathan Davis?"
He totally saw you.
He totally did. But yeah, that was so much fun though. I was like, "Oh, I body surfed a Korn." But like you get a whole cool view of being like up and looking around at everybody, and it's a lot of fun. And yes, it can be dangerous, especially doing it at night. But I'm a seasoned surfer.
At this point, you're seasoned.
And I know the ropes. You crossed your legs, or at least like you try to cross.
You didn't on Korn.
I couldn't.
I watched the video. Your legs are up.
It just my legs are doing this because people are grabbing this leg and this leg. Some people are pulling this way. Some people are pulling this way. And halfway through the video, when I get back up after like the 4th time, I'm finally able to cross my legs, and then they open back up, and then they go back together again, and I'm like, it's difficult, but at the same time, it's so much easier when the stiffer you are as far as like laying flat like a board, like planking, the easier you'll be, or like it'll go, but you don't have control the entire time. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. You also have to be okay with people grabbing your ass.
You got grabbed a lot.
I got grabbed a lot.
Bruises.
At least, things didn't go anywhere in any places.
No,
it's
you
just,
weren't like
people just try, if anything, for the most
assaulted.
part, they just try to make sure your ass isn't going to land on their face. That's all.
Yeah, they get
Maybe.
grips of it for free. You consent to that.
Right.
So we took our time Friday, like in the hotel. I will say, Dublin has the world's best steak and shake.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like
that was a 10 out of 10 steak and shake.
We had it
We had
twice.
better service and better food at a steak and shake than a steakhouse.
Yes.
And that's hard. I can't say that any clearer. Like, amazing.
Their shakes were good.
The shakes were good. We usually get a Frisco
Friendly.
melt.
Oh,
and our Frisco melt here in Indiana, when we get it, or really anywhere else we've ever had it, Chicago.
Sloppy looking.
Like, it just looks like slop. And this was like pristine.
I think it's because corporate Wendy's is there and they have to like
compete.
They have to compete because we saw a corporate Wendy's building.
We were like down the street from
Yeah.
corporate Wendy's.
Yeah.
And I was like, we kind of wanted to go in and just
We
be
should
like,
have. We should have. They
We
probably had
should've.
like some limited like menu items.
right?
Anyways, so we took our time getting ready Friday. And what did we do really? We just
Friday
didn't-
was our lax day. Day
Mhm.
2 was our. We don't have anything heavy
we went to
until
Kroger.
later.
That's right. We got a few things.
Yeah,
at
we got some
Kroger.
groceries and went to Kroger, and
Yeah.
we just kind of like hung out and took our time getting ready to go to the concert
Yep.
because it was also supposed to be really cold, which
Mhm.
it was.
It was very.
It was
cold.
actually very cold.
It was like 60 something on the field with wind.
Yeah, that was
So,
during the day.
yeah.
At night, it got to like I think it was like
40s.
39 was the
Yeah,
low.
yeah.
So it was really cold.
Yeah, it was freezing.
Even it was fine when you were in close to like the pit, close to
Mhm.
like the barricade, but as soon as you got away from people that were windbreakers, it was freezing.
We got to the festival at 3, which was the latest time while we were, there. So in Ohio, so not counting Thursday because we got into town at 3. But we got to the festival at 3. We saw an Uber drop off people on the off ramp on the highway.
And then just
I can't
like
even
literally
explain it.
like yeah,
On the highway.
like there's a turn off like from the highway, and they just like stopped and let people out on the highway, and I'm like,
I've
that's
never
not
seen that.
dangerous.
I've never seen that in my life.
No one's gonna totally just go 75 miles an hour and run you right over. Okay.
The Uber driver.
Holy shit,
should
that
be
was
reported
scary.
for that. But
Right in the middle of traffic.
It's because there was a line of traffic to get into the festival, and you just have to be patient to get to your drop off at this point.
Gosh.
You're not going to get there any faster.
It didn't take us any longer than 20
No.
minutes. And like they were actually, with how many people complained about parking,
Nah.
it took us no more than 20 minutes. If that. No, not even.
Yeah.
Not even, because
Agreed.
the entire drive from the hotel was 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So it took us 5 to 10 minutes
Yeah.
really to park.
Yeah.
It was not bad.
And leaving would double that about roughly
Yeah.
if we didn't leave at a decent time.
Yeah, it was not bad.
The bands that we saw, I'm going to list them here, and we can go through a little bit of it here. This was a long list, actually, for not getting to the festival. We saw Suicidal Tendencies, Alice Cooper, Acid Bath, Rob Zombie, Hatebreed, Mastodon, Whitechapel, Insane Clown Posse, and Metallica.
Forgot about ICP.
Got a photo here that I want to share of Alice Cooper bringing the snake out, which was like unheard of. Like, you didn't think it was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to happen.
Well, just because it was outdoors and it was colder out, I didn't think that he was going to bring the snake out. I
Hey.
knew that he had a snake in his performance,
Yeah.
and Mom had told me too, and I was like, and I'd seen pictures, but I was like, it's colder outside. I don't think he's going to bring the snake out. And he did.
Yeah. And I know more Alice Cooper than I thought.
Yeah,
I actually was enjoying a lot more of
Yeah,
his
you do.
performance than I thought I would. He's
80 years old, and he is still rock and roll and still killing it and sounds amazing,
Yeah.
looks great.
He is considered the godfather of theatrical
rock.
And I didn't know what kind of theatrics I was going to see. He actually puts on a
Like, his
thing
whole show
for
is like
every
a
song.
story.
Every
It's
song.
like,
yeah.
it's almost like a Weird Al kind of thing. Like it's a different, like he puts on different clothes and it's an act. Like it's a lot of fun.
It was very enjoyable to watch, and I was actually rocking out, having a good time with that. Oh, here's another photo.
Yeah. There was this photo. The other photo with him coming out with his hat down was my favorite.
I didn't select that one, but this is another one of his. But yeah, I think this one was taken before. This might be actually his
This is
start.
around right where he first came out. But yeah, when he first comes out and his hat's down, like
he
just looks
the
like
same he does
King rock.
in Wayne's World. It's kind of
he does.
It's kind of wild. Sorry for the switch back and forth. Okay, that's going to be for the next day. All right, so we can talk about the rest of
Rob
Friday.
Zombie.
Rob Zombie was fun to watch.
We decided, you know what? We didn't get enough bodies on top of us, and we didn't appreciate all the hell we went through Thursday night. Let's go ahead and go up front to the barricade.
Why did
for
we
Rob
get closer?
Zombie.
Why did we get closer? I want to know our mentality on this one.
Well, I mean,
we kept scooting for it.
I wanted to get closer because I like Rob Zombie.
Why did we do that to ourselves? We could have stayed back and not dealt with the bullshit.
Honestly, we stayed up front for nearly his entire performance. It was the very last song. It's gonna kill me that I don't remember, but it's a White Zombie song. And so he's like, we're gonna throw it back to before all you kids were born. We're gonna play some old school White Zombie shit. And I can't remember the fucking song's name, but I know what the song is. And they started playing it, and I'm like, I just knew shit was gonna hit the fan, and it did. It was like all of a sudden it was just like Korn. We had 5 or 6 bodies going all over us.
When a band announces it's their last song, that's when the horde of bodies goes.
It wasn't
through.
though. They did Dracula as their last song.
Right.
This was the second to last song.
They teased it. That's not the first time they did that. That was another band that did that.
Oh, okay.
I think it was From Ashes to New, or
they didn't do that.
No, it was. It's somebody else. Somebody else said it was their last one, and they had a couple more minutes after, so they kept going or something. Did another song, so they're like, just kidding. We have a little bit more time. So it's like Rob Zombie. Great performance.
Great performance. He's like, as if like, again, kind of like Alice Cooper. Yeah. Like, just amazing performance. Like his stuff is awesome.
Seeing Metallica for the first time, they put on a funny performance to the fact that they almost don't care. Like they're very much like, hey, let's go have a jam session.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? We're old and we're gods. We're not kings. We're rock gods.
Yeah.
And we can go out there and just strum a note and people will bow.
Yeah, and people will cheer. It wasn't necessarily like you're gonna get a crazy crowd. It was like everyone's just standing around and enjoying the music.
Just enjoying being in the presence of Metallica. Basically, it was a really funny. They were like, we're gonna play this song. I don't remember what fucking album it is. It's one from like, you know, the hundreds of albums we put on.
We've been around for like 225 years.
225 years. You guys know it. We're just gonna play it for you.
There's this album that we brought out called 72 Seasons. Do you guys like it?
I hope you do.
You wouldn't lie to me.
You wouldn't lie to me. Oh, they're so funny on stage.
Yeah.
You can just tell like they just shred like that. You know,
they do. They still do. They still know how they know how to get the music going and the beat and the bass and like. Yeah.
I mean, just they can go up there and do a guitar solo for an hour.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I will say that I mean, they played a lot of stuff that we don't know, like not singles.
I know, and you know they're gonna have like the hardcore Metallica fans are gonna know a lot of the set list, but
so
we
saw the set list of stuff that
at first they played a couple songs that that the crowd obviously is going to know. Then it was the middle, because they put on like a 2-hour set both times. And the middle was kind of more like the hardcore fans really know all of these, like.
And then of course they close out with
like the last 4 or 5 songs that they play are all like the huge singles and stuff
for each performance. Yeah. So we didn't stay for Metallica for both times. Spoiler alert. We know we had to get up early.
We had to get up early, and and then by Sunday we were also like, we have to get out of here before.
Yeah.
Sunday was like the most amount of people,
but we left early enough to shop at Meijer
within a half an hour of them, 15 minutes of them closing.
But you had some intuition to go there.
I did.
And you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, we'll talk about that real quick. So precursor to our Saturday, day 3, which is Lincoln Park Day. What some people, or what a lot of people don't know, especially if you're not following any of the, if you're not a hardcore Lincoln Park fan, I'm talking a hardcore.
You got to be like underground.
You got to be like part of like underground kind of thing, like we are, and following since the very beginning and before to know about this. But so there has been a tradition, non-tradition since the world tour overseas has started. And I don't remember if it was France or Spain or Mexico. I don't remember where it was. It was, or not Mexico, but it was definitely like overseas. I'm pretty sure it was France. But during a show, somebody threw a bra up on stage. I'm almost positive it was France because I think I remember it saying like French words.
Yeah.
But someone threw a bra up on stage and it had a foreign language on it and basically read "We love you, Emily" or something like that, which is one of the now lead singers of Linkin Park. And she loved it, put it on stage, and pranced around it and stuff. Well, since then, which was 6-7 months ago, whatever, she has been getting a collection here and there from concerts. Not like every concert, but like enough that
it's becoming a thing.
It's becoming a thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but it was Thursday night after we left Korn. I started to get this like feeling like nudging at me. You know what? When we have a night, we should probably just go to Kroger or Meijer or Target. Just go look at the bra section. And if we were to get close to Linkin Park, maybe you can throw a bra up on stage and it would be fun. And I'm talking like this idea was like at the time not seeded yet. It just kind of started peeking its way through, and to the point where I could just ignore it. And then Friday, throughout the concert on Friday, was like, it's like every other thought was like, you should really go after and leave early and go get a bra. Like, something's telling me I need to go. So we went to Meijer, not to get a bra, because I didn't even tell Josh about it.
We went there
to get we needed toiletry items because we ran out at the hotel. We needed toiletry items. And we also needed a couple like
some food items.
We needed some food items.
Yeah.
So we get there and it's like 15 minutes to close, and Josh starts walking towards grocery, and I'm like, I just start making a beeline, and I'm like I'm not like, it's really weird. There's like a force taking me, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go check out the bra section, and Josh just laughs because he knows what that's about. Like, I'm just gonna go check out the bra section real quick.
I was like, okay,
and meet me there. So I go start looking up and down the bra section, and I kid you not, I'm in the bra section for like until close, like for like 20 minutes. I'm going up and down 2 small aisles of bras, questioning whether or not I should even get one. And it's just a bunch of plain, it's Meijer. Like, there's like no selection of bras, right? And I'm about to leave, and I pass by this like clearance rack, and I see this bright purplish pink bra that was on sale for like $12. And I'm like, you know what? That'll work.
That's the one.
And I grabbed a bra. And then I said, well, I need a Sharpie.
Oh,
so
we ran out of earplugs. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah. We also ran out of earplugs, and we need to go there to get earplugs. So we went, and I was like, all right, we need to go get some Sharpies. And Josh, like, you want a black Sharpie? I just grabbed, like, the rainbow. And I was
we
just grabbed all the colors and said, all right, I have a bra. I have a Sharpie. That's it. And that was the thing. And we went to bed. That night, Josh and I are exhausted.
Oh my God.
We are so tired.
But we couldn't sleep.
But like, we fell asleep for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Like, we passed out. Like, we could
that was
barely...
at like 1, and then we woke up at like 5.
Like, all of a sudden, Josh and I are like awake at like 5 o'clock, and then we're awake at like 6:30, and then we're awake at like 7:45.
Yeah.
And it was like 8:30, and it was like 9.
No,
okay,
I was up by 9.
Like, that's it. We just need to get up.
Yeah.
Like,
no sleeping in.
Yeah. So like, that night, I didn't even decorate the bra. I was like, I have it. I'll just do it before we leave. It was like, because I just did not feel like it was going to be a thing. And that morning, Josh's like, "Oh, you haven't even decorated the bra yet." And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess while you're in the shower doing your thing or making your breakfast, I'll start making the bra real quick."
Yeah.
So we ended up putting on the bra on one boob, one cup. It says "we" and with a heart with a bunch of colors in
I can
it.
show that.
That says "we" heart, and then on the other cup it says Emily, and then below we put Sonic Temple for the concert we were on, and then I had Josh write Linkin Park across the back straps.
Yep.
So, and I'm like, you know what? And then we just like kind of colored it and made it look cool. And
yeah,
you know, it was like, if she gets it, she gets it. If she doesn't, she doesn't. If she sees it, she sees it. Like, it was just kind of like whatever. But it was enough to like, Alex, buy the fucking bra. Alex, create the bra. Alex, write on the bra. Like, it was like digging into my gut. You need to do this. And I'm like, okay, fine, let's do it. And so now we are at the concert.
Okay, let me get to the concert stuff, and then we can get to the bra talk. So we got to the festival at 1, so that was like actually kind of early. But we didn't get to our official barricade spot until 3. So it was like in between 1 and 3, we were trying to inch towards part of the barricade. The way that it is built is there's there's 2 sides to
a left and a right side of the stage.
Yeah.
And with a walkway down the middle of the 2 sides.
That goes to where they have all the audio equipment and and some of the VIP can go there of like bands and artists and their significant others.
But it's closed off to like the public.
Yeah, no public. There's wires that go there. Like no one.
Like they won't even let
allowed.
the body surfers that are about to break their leg over that side of the barricade. They say nope. They say nope. Push.
Get them to the front.
Go to the middle. Go to the middle. You can't come down this way.
No, go to the front. Not the middle.
You know what I mean.
Go to the middle of the crowd. Yes. So we get to the interior right side barricade, and we're at a spot that we find some of the coolest people around us. Shout out to Rampage. I don't remember his last name, but shout out to him. He's an amateur wrestler who also is he's also done a lot of concert stuff too, but I don't know if he's ever gonna watch this, but he kind of gave us like the rundown of like, this is kind of the spot to be if you want to be
basically away from bodies,
but in front of the band. And we're like, okay, so we kind of got in front of them or whatever, like right around them, and we're shorter, they're taller, they were able to see around us and everything, so it was good. I think I have a photo of them, right?
I mean, I do because
here.
Yeah, right there.
Actually, I do, right here. So there's me, Alex, and then our buddy Rampage, and
I believe his wife was Ashley. I think his wife's name's Ashley.
Yeah. This guy was really cool that I'm pointing at right here.
Oh yeah, the bodyguard.
He helped us like
with all the body surfers.
With all the body surfers, yeah.
He was just there having a blast. He didn't care if he got kicked in the head by a body surfer. He was just like,
okay, he was having a blast. I agree.
He's also like 7 feet tall.
But that's us at this interior barricade, so we had the ability to be at a good spot, and just shout out to them for that. And it was really awesome.
It was also like this kind of stomach intuition feeling too. Like I know Josh like wanted to get
to the front.
Yeah, he wanted to be touching the barricade. Like I was like, here's the thing, and I'm like, we are technically at the barricade.
We were like 6 people from the front.
Like instead of like that rounded barricade area, he wanted to be at like front. And I'm like, here's the thing. We got there at 1:00 and people already were stumping. Like they made camp. They said, nope, we're here. And I looked at where we were at and I'm like, the body surfers are going to go this way. And they're gonna hit you in the head if we even try to get any closer.
No way will an artist go to the front.
And they're not gonna go to the front. Like the artists are not gonna go up there, especially at like Sonic Temple or Rock on the Range, because they're gonna get kicked in the face. And
so what you did was right.
So right where we wanted to be, Josh, like, you sure you don't want to go up any further? I'm like, no, I want to stay right here, and I'm going to sit down, and we are going to keep this spot right here the entire day. Linkin Park didn't even go on until 9:30 at night, and it was 1:00 in the afternoon, and it was 80 degrees and sunny.
So the bands that we saw, I'm going to list them here, and some of the bands we saw on screen in between other bands in front of us. So here's the list: Set It Off, Citizen Soldier, Escape the Fate, Hoobastank, Of Mice and Men, Trivium, I Prevail, Bullet for My Valentine, and then Linkin Park. Citizen Soldier's really freaking good.
Really
dude.
good.
I cannot wait to listen to your stuff,
I already
actually.
knew like a song,
Yeah.
but yeah, they're really good, and he's really good live too. And
Hoobastank was
I also love that he
entertaining.
said, like, you know, most bands and artists, you know, quit their day job kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, I still
psych major of some kind.
yeah, like he like went to school and he does psychiatric care and like
Mhm.
helps people, and I'm like,
Counseling and everything.
yeah, with like counseling and stuff, and I'm like, and his story and everything.
Didn't
He's
he
only
just come out of a mental institute?
yeah, that's what got him started in music. He's
That's
like,
right.
if you didn't need to know about us, like it was only like 5 or 6 years ago before I was up, and he's on the main stage too.
Mhm.
And it's just like I hit like a low point and all this other stuff, and yeah, I mean his music's awesome. Their band is awesome. He sounds
Citizen
great.
Soldiers.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, back to Hoobastank. They're
oh god,
funny.
they're
they
hilarious.
Are really fun. And
I did not think I was going to have that much fun with Hoobastank.
I agree.
Amazing.
Me with another band that I'll list later here for tomorrow. I actually really, really, really enjoyed Hoobastank, and I'd love to see him again.
Mhm.
I Prevail, Trivium, very heavy. Bullet for My
I
Valentine.
mean, Trivium was like, for one,
not
that
our
music.
kind.
So there's like rock music, and then there's just like screamo thrashing music, and that's what Trivium is. Like
I Prevail has some,
but it was better.
Yeah,
It was much better. I
Yeah.
could handle them, but
Yeah.
Trivium was like,
bro.
it just this was the whole thing. Ah! Like the entire time with a bunch of pyro and a bunch
Yeah.
of pits and a bunch of body surfers, and all I could see to the right
But-
of us was, thank God we are not two people to the right where all the body surfers are going.
There was a reason why Trivium was on that stage, because I Prevail was supposed to have their slot, and we were supposed to see.
Alice in Chains.
No, that was Sunday. The other band, Sublime.
Oh, Sublime.
We were supposed to see Sublime, but
Yeah,
they canceled.
we were supposed to see them, but there was a sickness or something, and they had to cancel.
So about your bra, let's talk about it. I can actually show a little bit of this. I can show this image at least first. That's Linkin Park performing. That's how close we were. Like it was.
So yeah, we're about 20
Great.
feet, if that,
Yeah.
from the walking out stage. Like there's
So-
like the stage, and then there's like a platform that they walk out onto.
Platform's right here.
And the platform in front of us we were 20 feet from
Yeah.
Mike and Emily the entire concert.
Yep.
So yeah, we had like and I told Josh, I was like, I did not have to turn my head around to look behind me for body surfers one time the
Nope.
entire concert.
Nope.
I could keep my attention completely straight. I could see everything.
Yeah.
Like
It was great.
it was good. Yeah.
So Two-Face came on, and that's one of my favorite songs from Zero. And
You mean Casualty?
was it Casualty?
Casualty, where
Well, Two-Face came on.
It was in the middle of the song. She paused it, like they paused it.
No. Are you
Yeah,
sure?
it's Casualty.
Was it Casualty?
Yeah, because it's at the end. Stop.
I thought it was Two-Faced.
Oh wait, no, maybe it is. No, wait. You're right. It is Two-Face.
Because the whistling's
You're
in
right.
the background.
You're right. It is Two-Face. I was thinking
the turntable.
Nope, you're right. It is Two-Face. So they paused.
I thought
Yeah,
I was
you're right. You're right. They paused kind
before
of
the scream part.
Yeah, before the screamo part in Two-Face at the end. They kind of do this, like they sing most of the song and then they kind of paused it and they're
Mhm.
like, let's get some pits going and let's see which side is ready, is what they were saying. Like,
So let's see who's ready.
let's see who's ready. And
I know you're ready.
I know you're ready. I know you're ready. So you see Emily, and that's when they shine the lights, like the bright lights, the clear lights on the crowd. And again, I've got maybe 9 people like on the side of the barricade with me in front of me, but like I have a straight on face to face view with Emily from where I can where I can see her, and she could potentially see me. So Josh was like, lift the bra up. So I was like, I lift the bra up because I have a class, so I just put it like almost like a post, like
a title,
like a
title,
title,
WWE title.
I was holding like a WWE
Yeah.
title, and I was holding it up, and she's like, and there's video that I have to honestly, we have to download it and then cut it and stuff because I found 2 different angles, but I found one that somebody posted that I reshared on Facebook that has the interaction. But she's like, all right, let's see who's ready, who's ready, and then she goes, "You're ready. I know you're fucking ready." And then she does a double take or a double point. She smiles because she sees the bra, and I know she sees the bra because she looks at me. She smirks and she points, and she's like, "I know you're ready." And I was like, "That's it. That's all I needed. She just needed to see the bra. I'm happy. It happened."
That was all you wanted
I'm
was
in
acknowledgement.
heaven.
You got the Roman Reigns acknowledge me,
yeah.
kind of
so
moment.
the person in front of us right afterwards goes, "I don't know what that was all about, but that was fucking cool." And because we're so squished together, he couldn't turn around.
It's like, I don't know who she
I don't
was
know
talking
who she
to.
was talking to, but that was fucking cool because it looked like it was pointed right at me. And so I held up my bra in front of him. I was like, "I made her a bra," and she saw it. He's like, "Fuck yeah, that's cool." And I was like, "Yeah, that is cool."
Yep.
But
so 2 songs later, In the End comes on, which to me personally, is the most overplayed Linkin Park song, and I can go without hearing that live ever. Has now become a pinnacle moment in my life,
right?
Because it has not only since Chester's death has become the audience sings the majority of the song. So it's a sing along. It's a full audience performance song for the most part. You barely
everybody
hear
knows
them.
the words.
Because it's the most it's their most played song,
most popular besides
song.
Numb, I would think, or Crawling.
So Alex and I are just we're looking at the stage just like this.
Yeah.
Mike's suddenly gone. And we have no idea that he's gone.
I
don't
even
know.
We're just enjoying the song and watching Emily. It's like they did such a great job. It's like a magic trick.
Yeah.
They did such a good job at like just making you look at Emily.
Yeah.
And Mike is also not wearing anything flashy. He's just wearing a beige shirt and shorts or pants or something, like in long sleeve. Okay, he's wearing a beige long sleeve and dark pants. So he's easy to blend in.
Spoiler alert for the video people, but Mike shows up out of freaking nowhere,
which is weird because I see him first. Josh doesn't even see him. But so that walkway we talked about earlier that splits down the middle between
that was
the
your
barricades.
Feeling. You're like, that's it.
Is where he came to, and he gets up on the barricade, literally right next to us, leads into the crowd during the last 30 seconds of In the End, sticks the mic in the crowd for everybody to sing. We snap a few photos.
Here's the video I can play. Like it doesn't have sound, so this is him showing up, and this is right.
This is him
next
getting into the crowd, and this is us. Like
this is
our
original
view.
content, so I won't get DMCA'd on it or anything. But for real, this is Mike. This guy is directly behind me, and I have a photo. The photo that I was showing you is this guy recording. So, and Mike is right there.
He's right there
with his handlers.
So. If you pause it...
Do you want me to pause it?
Yeah. So if you pause it, so while this is happening, there's a video, like another version of that I found of somebody from the other side, like the left side of the barricade. So you can see him get into the barricade next to us, where I'm holding up the purple bra, and like you can see me right there, like, "Hey, Mike, can you take this?" kind of thing. And I swear this is how it had to have happened by the look and the gesture of why it happened and how it happened. I swear to God, Emily said in between the sets of the songs, she said, "Mike, go get my bra." Because this is like,
why would he,
other than coming down and going into the crowd, but the way he turns around at the end, you can tell like, all right, now hurry up and give it to me kind of thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, so here's the rest of the video real quick, which for our audio listeners, he's over on the left side of the stage, or on the barricade across from us.
This person almost did an Emily look. It's like, no.
So the song is over. Everybody's screaming into the mic. All right, now Mike Shinoda's jumping off the barricade. He's about to go down. And wait a second, turns around on purpose, by the way, walks over to me and gives me the signal of, "Give me the bra." And gives me this big smile. "Give me the bra." I hand him the bra. Like it's like I already knew it too, because you can see my hand is already out. Like I already knew as soon as he turns around and I see this. Okay, like it's like his body's like intentionally like, I specifically came over here because she wanted her bra. Yes. So gives me takes the bra from me, smiles, and grabs Josh and I's hand real quick before leaving and going back up to the stage. I'm in shock. by
Oh
the way.
yeah,
I had
we're
no
both
idea
like,
what happened afterwards because the next song starts playing.
what was the song?
I don't even know.
I don't even know
I don't even
either.
know what song starts playing afterwards because apparently Josh taps me on the shoulder and goes, "Did you see that? She likes her bra." And I'm like, "What? What do you mean? Huh?" I was like,
I
what?
think Mike brought it on stage to show her.
Yeah. It says like he laid it down and she like smiled at it. And I'm like, "What?" I was like, he took the it was just kind of like it took me, I think seriously, I think it took like 2 songs
For realization.
for it to like kick in
And
that
then
that
you just, like-
actually happened.
Yeah.
And then I just like lost it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I was like sobbing, like uncontrollably sobbing over the barricade. I can't tell you what song it was because I was singing, but I was like singing and crying.
Because you and I know every Linkin Park song, we can do that.
Like, I just kind of like was like, this was my pretty much my Chester moment. Like,
your post-Chester
this was my moment that I want, like, before the one moment in my entire life since I was 13 years old, my what do you call it? The what's the Make-A-Wish? My Make-A-Wish moment from the time I was 13 until the time Chester died was I want to be front and center, and I want to be one of those people that Chester leans over into the crowd and sings to me and acknowledges me.
Yeah.
But I knew that was like a 1 in a million chance.
Yeah.
Ever happening. And then after he died, like literally my only dream, it's gone.
Yeah.
Like, it can't happen. And that is as close to the dream as I can get.
Yeah,
and it
acknowledgement from Emily.
I got the acknowledgement from Emily,
who
and then
who doesn't have comfortable like crowd. Like she's not going to go into the crowd for a little bit. Probably
she's only been in the crowd
on her birthday.
It was like on her birthday. It was like her birthday present. It was like,
was
all right,
mosh.
you can go into a mosh pit.
So I mean, but at a festival like that, Mike is very comfortable.
I'm sure that they're just really protective over her right now. So
yep.
Until like a lot of the backlash of
whatever
her replacing she's not a replacing, it's the band evolving.
Yes,
and that is what Linkin Park has done since Hybrid Theory, is they have evolved. They don't, there's even a song from Linkin Park that talks about it's on it's the one that has the Catalyst.
That
A
would
Thousand
be
Suns.
Thousand Suns.
Yeah, Thousand Suns. There's a song on A Thousand Suns where Mike raps about how everybody wants the next thing to be just like the first. And he's referring to, if you listen to the lyrics, nobody likes the new stuff because everybody wants it to be just like Hybrid Theory. We don't want it to be like Hybrid Theory. We want to try different things. We want to evolve as a band every single song, every single album.
If you wind up sounding the exact same, you wind up getting I'll be honest here. You get the audience from like Asking Alexandria. Like I couldn't differentiate a song.
Yeah, because all of your songs start sounding the same.
All the same. Yep.
Like you want
because
you know
what works and you stay with it.
You want your sound, kind of like your signature sound, to sound the same.
Yeah.
But you don't want every song, every album to sound the same, and that is why I enjoy Linkin Park so much. Not necessarily just like the sound, but like every lyric, every single thing that they have ever released in the entirety of their band resonates in me 1,000,000%.
Right.
So the moment that I got to have, and the fact that this morning, which, by the way, I totally had a dream last night because I've been spending hours
find a good video
for this footage, and I was like, do you know how many people were at that concert? How many people around us had their goddamn phone out and have not posted, other than a few tiny little videos that I found of him being in the crowd? But then like you can see bits and pieces of me, but like nobody had the very end where he comes up and he grabs the bra from me, and I'm like, where the hell is it? It's got to be out there. And I had a dream last night that was like, and I'm not joking because I told Josh this like 100%. I was like, I had a dream last night before I woke up that didn't feel like a dream. It felt like a memory, so much that I checked my phone that I finally found a POV footage like we just found of Mike giving me the bra.
Now,
or me
but
giving
here
Mike
was something
the bra.
else I also figured out. This person right here with this hand is the one who recorded it. You can see it horizontally. Yep. This is the person that was right next to us.
And Josh found it online this morning. It was It was by the time we found it, it had been up for like 20 hours.
Yeah, 17.
17 hours. So we were already like I was already done searching for the last night of the footage because I'd been searching since we got to the hotel that night.
Yeah. Because you thought it'd be immediately put up.
I thought it would be immediate. And there was definitely like, there was crowd videos, but there wasn't like my crowd.
Every single time the song was over, they'd point it back at
they'd
the
look
stage
right at
and you
Emily
wouldn't
and
get to
not at
see what
Mike, and you would
happened.
miss right where Mike
Yeah.
would grab the bra from me. And I'm
Yep.
like, but the video that this guy shot, like, I mean, Josh got online and was like, thank you so much for posting this.
Mhm.
And honestly, like the guy that posted it too, the entire song and whatnot, he put like 5 or 6 different songs, full songs from where he was at on his YouTube, by the way.
I'll have to look at those.
But the entire In the End song and In the End experience is on his YouTube.
Yes.
I
Shout out to him.
think his name is called the Luigi Striker or
Yes.
Strikers.
Yes.
Is him on YouTube, TikTok, and
That's his
and
video
whatnot.
too. So
But yeah, that was
hopefully
his video, and then we cut it. I made sure to credit him and everything like that. But like,
that's awesome.
I mean, I have my personal experience in my head, but I was like,
You need to see
I need
it.
to relive it.
Yeah.
And his POV is like literally as if like me looking at Mike.
Right.
Like
Right.
he was standing right behind me filming.
Yeah.
So it was perfect. I can't get other than me holding a phone and recording, I can't get a better visual of what just happened. So I'm so happy that he found it. But yeah, probably one of the most exciting moments in my entire life.
Oh. I'm sure there's other ones, but
I said one
yeah,
of the most exciting moments in my entire life.
I agree.
But yeah, I mean,
Mine
we
too.
were on a high for that.
He shook my hand too. I mean, I was right there with
That's
you.
what I said. I was like, I handed him the bra, and
in
then
that video, you can hear me
yours
shouting
in my
him.
hand, like kind of
there.
like we're right here, and he just like
Yeah.
just kind of like grabbed both of our hands, and then like had to get the hell out of there.
I don't remember what we had to. I don't know what we did that night. Like any of it. We stayed till close.
Oh,
and
we went to IHOP.
We did. Yeah.
Yeah,
IHOP.
we went to IHOP.
Good IHOP.
We went to IHOP and called the parents.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Said, "You will not believe what the fuck just happened."
Yep.
I was like, "I can't make this up. This is like a dream, and I'm still in La La Land."
It's a moment. So for our last concert day, man, this was already a trip at this point, and we had another day ahead of us. And at this point, it was like an 80-degree day for Sunday.
God, it was.
And
I think someone said it was 85.
Saturday
and I was like,
high
I'll believe it.
70s.
Yeah.
And it was just like
We're already burnt
yeah.
from being out and camping all day for Lincoln Park.
Mm-hmm.
Like the top of my forehead, Josh at least had a hat. The top of my
I do
forehead.
have a print
Oh yeah, you do.
right there.
The top of my forehead is burnt to a crisp, and it hurts when I brush my hair. My chest is a lobster, even though like Josh and I packed on sunscreen.
We put sunscreen on. Yeah,
and
we did.
It didn't matter.
No, it didn't. We got to the concert on Sunday at 12:30 because we wanted to try to get to the barricade for From Ashes to New.
Yeah.
And it was definitely the hottest day. We all felt it. We had lots of water. I'm going to list the bands that we saw. Corrosion of Conformity, From Ashes to New, Bad Flower, Chevelle, Hollywood Undead, Beartooth, Guar, Ice Nine Kills, Arch Enemy, and Metallica.
Part 2.
Part 2. Now, and it's also From Ashes to New. We saw them 12 days prior to this concert. So
Right.
it's like we had just seen
them.
So seeing them again was really nice, but it was like, all right, we just seen these guys already. And the thing is, they needed to not be on the side stage, honestly.
Oh, no.
They should have been on the
Nope.
main. They should
No,
have been
their
on the main.
crowd was so big.
Huge.
They needed to have main stage.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, next time if they're not on main stage, we need a riot.
Yeah. You body surfed twice.
Oh, twice. Hell
to
yeah.
them, by the way. I
Oh,
just
yeah.
want to point that out.
I was like, you know what? We're not at the barricade, and we were fine with it because I'm like, you know what? New people need to be at the barricade. I'm like,
Yep.
we need to have like they need to melt other people's faces.
There's Maddie
off.
drumming right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, for real. I was actually okay with not being at the barricade because that's exactly what that means. That means that their fan base is bigger than just local people. You know, it's from
When
people
we
all
saw
over the
them
place.
at this exact same festival
10 years
ago, it was on the smaller,
the smallest,
even
stage.
smaller side stage with like 100 people.
Yes.
And that is where we first found them.
So 10 years ago to 10 years
And
now.
I was like, even in that moment when we first watched them, I was like, wow, these guys are really good. And it was just because a friend from like a coworker was like, hey, you really like Linkin Park? You'd really like these guys. Go check them out. And
luckily
you
they
know what?
stayed around.
We went ahead and we checked them out 10 years ago, and we have been fans ever since.
All of my mosh scars. Are
So
itching
it's just,
right now.
my whole body itches
From the burn.
from the sunburn, and then all of the like my body. I look like a leopard on my legs.
Yeah.
Like I look like just fingerprints are all over my legs from body surfing.
Pretty much, yeah.
The sunburn hurts more though.
Bad Flower is like, that's the one that surprised me to be enjoyable. I really enjoyed Bad
I
Flower.
really liked him live.
I
He's
like that.
awesome.
Mhm.
I loved how he got into the crowd, and
he went in.
He went into the crowd in the front of the barricade, where body surfers are being caught, by the way.
Yes.
Onto the barricade.
Well, it's a flat. They don't have a space, do they? They do.
They
on that
do.
Stage.
And he hands a crowd, just like in a crowd, like a fan, the microphone, because the main guy in Bad Flower, I'm sorry, I don't know his name, the singer, plays the guitar and sings at the same time.
Yeah.
So he hands a fan the mic to hold his mic, and he just like plays this so like
while he's at the barricade,
hard,
up on
fun
it.
song
Mhm.
at the barricade, like leaning over the barricade, kind of like Mike did with the mic. It sang into the crowd, and it was just like, it was so much fun. Like, he has so much energy. I highly recommend you check out Bad Flower live.
Yeah.
100%.
Hollywood Undead was as good as they could have been. They were fun to watch.
We've only ever seen them like
twice.
one other time.
Twice.
Yeah, so one other time.
This is be our third.
This is our third.
Yes.
We
Yes.
saw them in Chicago. When was the other time?
We saw them twice in Chicago.
We did.
Yes.
Oh, well, we
No,
did.
we saw them in Chicago once, and we saw them at Rock on the Range.
You're right. We did.
Right.
We
because
saw
I
them
had
Rock
the,
on the
I had
Range.
the I had the mask over.
That's right. Yep.
Because they were doing their masks at
Yep.
the time.
I will tell you that both crowds beforehand, so one 10 years ago and one 12, 13 years ago that we saw them,
Yeah.
those crowds were nothing.
This was reckless.
This was like
party time, bro.
Like, I'm talking girls
Everyone's
with their
energy.
tops off.
Mhm. Body surfers.
Body
everywhere.
surfers galore. I mean, they deserved main stage.
I almost body surfed to them, but there were so many up. It
And
would've
their
tired out the
show
crowd.
is like they perform as if they're in their prime still.
They're good. Yeah.
They're still amazing live.
And
Like,
funny.
each time we've gone, it's been a blast. But
Mhm.
like, wow, they were really, really, really good live, and they really know how to get you going. And
Mhm.
I mean, it was so much fun. I really enjoyed them live.
And that was my adrenaline killer. Was Hollywood Undead.
Oh yeah, that was the peak of the day. Was like, I couldn't get any more like
There's nothing else.
hyped. Like, I
Because-
couldn't. I was like, my adrenaline's done.
I mean, Beartooth was added because Alice in Chains.
Alice in Chains also, like, one of I think the
dropped
main singer
from
got
health.
sick, and yeah, they
Yep,
couldn't go.
So we got to see Beartooth, and I was actually enjoying Beartooth a lot.
I know one song by them.
Oh, really?
One.
Oh, right on.
And I did not. They're not what I thought they were going to be in concert,
Mm-hmm.
and they are in the best way.
Right.
Like, I mean, if there's one band that really blew my mind that I'd only ever heard a song, if not anything, and ends up on my playlist, it's Beartooth. Like,
Yeah.
their music is amazing. Their performance is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Everything about it from start to finish, amazing.
They're melodic and screaming.
And rock,
Yeah.
and like, I mean, it's
Yeah.
got a Linkin Parkish feel to it. I mean, I can't even say Linkin Park. I'd say more
Mm-mm.
like, I don't even know, but they're not heavy
Mhm.
with being kind of heavy. They're like that medium rock,
Right.
and they were really good. Their performance was amazing, especially for last minute getting added to the card kind of thing. Like,
Mhm.
I ended up, they were the only band that I took my phone out and made a note of what songs I liked and wrote them down to put on my playlist. Like, I
Yeah.
was like, well, damn, that's awesome. Well, damn, that's awesome. Wow, I really like this one. And Guar was supposed to be coming on, and we kind of told our friend Brian, who is a fan of Guar, he's like, you guys should really check out Guar. They're going to be on a side stage. So, and we wanted to make sure we did, but Beartooth
Mhm.
was playing. And I was like, damn, I really don't want to leave Beartooth because they're really fucking good.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I forgot to mention, I actually enjoyed Insane Clown Posse.
Oh yeah,
We were having fun.
We were actually having fun. Their
We
show.
didn't want to leave.
I thought it was gonna be. It wasn't what I thought it was gonna be.
It was a blast. They open up
It
with
was
all the
actually-
fagos
I thought
coming
it was
out,
gonna
like
be
the
like
bottles of pop.
scary.
Yeah,
You know what I
thought it was gonna be creepy,
Like
but
creepy
no,
and
it was
scary. But
fun.
honestly, it's fun. Yeah,
It's
it was a lot of
fun.
fun watching. And then all the people that are super into the band wearing like the juggalos wearing like the
Mhm.
clown makeup, and I had no idea about the Fago. I
That-
did
I
not. I
forgot.
did not know that was
I
a thing.
forgot about it,
I only know one song from start to finish.
and
called,
they didn't even play it.
Yeah, that they apparently didn't even play because we didn't watch the whole thing. But I know a song called "The Amazing Maze," and it's
Yeah.
only because the group of guys that I grew up with as teenagers sang it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only song I know.
Yeah,
So I didn't know what to expect, but honestly, they're kind of a blast to watch.
they really are. They really are. Ice Nine Kills was entertaining.
Yeah,
Really
I
good.
was honestly, the more I watched them, the more I ended up liking them.
True.
At first, it was like, what the
What
fuck
am I
am I watching?
Yeah, it was
And
kinda weird.
I didn't understand it until I realized, oh, it's like an act. Like, and I realized all of their songs that they sang, they were coming out like the lead singer was putting on, like he did like an Exorcist thing, then he did a
Mhm.
Freddy Krueger thing, then he did a
murder
Texas
thing.
Chainsaw thing,
Yeah.
then apparently he did Psycho and what's American Psycho.
American Psycho,
um,
yeah.
And I was like, oh, and that's right, he does the soundtrack
Terrifier.
for Terrifier.
So
and
we
I'm
saw
like,
Art the Clown up
so
there.
I was like, oh, I get it. Like,
Mhm.
so it took me a minute. I'm like, why are these guys kind of weird? But to be honest, like, I mean, is it music that I would put on my playlist? I mean, not exactly, but like, I liked how they are. Like, they're like these clean cut, what you would think kind of preppy looking guys with amazing voices, and they come out in clean cut suits, and then they all of a sudden just start cutting things up, and there's blood everywhere. So
Right.
it's just kind of like
So I want to point this.
Odd.
I want to put this photo up here. I'm gonna hide our burrito.
we need to talk about Guar first.
We will. But this is our day one, end of day, last day. Like you can see the color and the fatigue that just.
Oh God, our
overtook us.
faces. Yeah,
Yes.
we are. Just
Look at
especially
you,
mine.
Bright
I'm
and shiny.
tired.
I gotta go. Look at me. I'm happy. I
I'm
need
tired.
a bed. But
Yeah.
no, Guar was bloody.
Oh my God,
dude.
I know Brian. Oh, he's finally in the chat. Or I don't know Brian if you've been here the whole time or not, but like, yeah. And I totally agree with you. He said Ice Nine Kills is just a good live. Music is okay. I agree with that. I agree. Like, I was trying to get into the music. Like, there was I think it was called American Nightmare that I was kind of like into.
Maybe
It kind
yeah.
of sounded good, but like I kind of remember the lyrics a little bit, and I was like, oh, I kind of like that. That's cool.
Mhm.
But other than that, I was like, the music's kind of meh, but their show was fun to watch.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, so our buddy Brian, by the way, Terrible Terror podcast, you should check him out. Speaking
Shout
of
out.
terror, he suggested, oh, you're gonna see Guar, which is GWAR, and so you should see Guar. I never heard of Guar, never seen Guar, don't know a damn thing about
I've seen
it.
a
He
thing
just
here
said
and
they're gonna
there.
be bloody.
I knew about them. I did
That's
from
it.
from
That-
like the internet knowing of what they do.
That's all I knew. I was like, they're gonna be bloody. Well, we had just. I was like, what kind of blood are we talking about? And I was like, he's like, oh, you just go watch it. So we weren't up front, thank God, but we were towards like the middle back, and we start watching Guar, and Guar comes on, and basically there's this like mannequin that comes out, like a person in a suit, and they come in and they chop up the person's head, like it's fake, and there's just ridiculous amount of blood that sprays all over the crowd, like fake blood, obviously, that sprays all over the crowd,
Yeah.
and it's just a mess. And the costumes that they come out in are just jaw-dropping WTF costumes.
Cosplay.
But, sure. I don't know if I'd call it cosplay. But very, 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 very much jaw-dropping. And I was like, oh, this is what Brian was talking about. I think we stayed for like 2 songs, and then we went and wanted to see Ice Nine Kills, and went to the other stage and saw Ice Nine Kills. But it was like both to both, like back to back, just bloody. I'm like, what is up with these? Like, people just want to spray blood all over the crowd. Excuse me, I got a cough.
Yeah, Guar was very the blood, but there were some technical issues that were with the concert from the time to time where
I
we
feel
wouldn't be
so
able to hear
bad.
him.
Gore got on. It was like they couldn't. It was just cutting out.
You got a message on there.
Hey, what? Alex? Yes, I'm Alex. What's up?
Oh.
Question mark? Alex question mark? Yes,
Alex,
I'm Alex.
So not much else to say about the rest of the day. We were just really tired after the concert, and I really got to say 4 days was fine. 3 wasn't enough. So it's like there's no happy medium.
There's
here.
no happy because, like, here's the thing: if they would have gone 5 days, like they would have to like have put somebody, like they would have had to put somebody to top Linkin Park or to match like Blink 182 or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
I think that
they would have to put like
Metallica Twice was not necessary.
Yeah, but they had the entire.
They still filmed.
They filled the stadium
but who
twice.
Who else could do that with a different artist?
You're talking about 30 plus years, 40 years
What's
of music.
wrong with me requesting that?
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like that's how they're able to fill 2-hour shows.
I get that. But
You're
there
talking
are
decades of music. Top.
You were just giving me
music.
like a who could they put in?
No, I'm talking
said, okay,
on a day 5 is what I'm saying.
Oh God, no.
I said the only way we would have been able to do a 5-day concert, which I think is unheard of.
No,
like 5-day rock concert.
No way.
But I was like, maybe if it like it ended on Blink 182, like that's like the only thing I could think of, or Green Day. Like they have to have a big to make a day 5 for us to be worth going back out and surrendering our bodies to the Lord of Rock.
Yeah,
like it's got to be that big in order for to do day 5.
You're right.
But yeah, my skin and my adrenaline could not take another day after day 4.
I think that by Monday we packed up the hotel, left by 11. That was like us saying we're good. We don't need any more concerts. We don't need any more sunshine. Like I had FOMO for like the last 2 days, but I'm just no, you don't actually have FOMO.
You don't have FOMO.
You don't.
You're just enjoying the memories.
You're good. We got a few things going on in chat there. But no, I think that Linkin Park killed it, and the news articles coming out about how positive it is. Good things are being said. Korn crushed it. I found a few new bands that I like. What was the one that we mentioned? Citizen Soldier and Bad Flower, and I mean. There's a few other bands that we've never really seen before that we're like, okay, I actually enjoy their music.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I've got a comment from Netra.
Okay.
I have noticed a video of yours which had been floating around a bit in Discord ? You'll have to say a little bit more than that because I have a lot of videos and stuff that I've been posting over the last like 4 days. So
yeah.
And you'd have to be more specific for which Discord because I'm also a part of like 10 Discords. So
yeah. No, like, and we were like talking about going to another festival later on this year, and we're like, maybe not. Like, maybe we'll go to we're planning on see Linkin Park either in Nashville or up in Michigan. We're gonna see them again.
Oh yeah. At least one more time.
At least one more time.
At least one more time. Well, I mean, we're gonna get floor seats for sure. Now, will we be able to have the experience that we did with Mike coming up and grabbing a gift from me at a concert? Chances are like literally slim to none.
It is.
Like that was a once in a lifetime opportunity.
True.
The next thing that would be able to happen realistically is that they finally get to do meet and greets, which honestly, in my opinion, they will probably wait another year at least before doing Even if another year, because I mean, Emily hasn't even been in the band officially for a year
Publicly.
yet.
Right.
September will be a year.
Right.
So I'm thinking at least another year before, and another tour before they are allowing meet and
They're
greets.
still doing their One World Tour. We didn't know this. So when we were looking at the merch booth, we are like, oh, so what we saw in Brooklyn is also this other world tour. They didn't have the Brooklyn, like all of their dates, like, I don't know, set. I don't know how to put it. Like, so this other, what's going on in chat there?
I don't know.
Okay. This other time around, I was like, oh, they're playing a lot of the same stuff we already heard in when we went to New York. So it was like they took out some stuff and put in, some of the stuff from Zero. So it was nice to see. But anyways, do you have anything else you want to add about the weekend? I mean, I think that was pretty much the wrap up of our show at this point with that, because we wanted to make sure that the concert was our thing. Like our
I mean, the fact that we got to experience front row, basically, from our absolute favorite band in the entire world. And then we get to see my second favorite band in the entire world the following morning. And we get to body surf, or we.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you body surf?
I was going to during. I can actually tell you which bands. There's a couple of them that I was like, oh, maybe I should.
I know you were gonna body surf during Hollywood
Rob
Undead.
Zombie.
Oh, you were not.
Yes, I almost did.
Oh
for
wait,
Rob
that's
Zombie.
right, because Living Dead Girl came on, and it was like just tons of girls
Mm-hmm.
all of the sudden.
And I was like, after this song, I was thinking about it, and then we're like, and then it got crazy.
It got way too
and
crazy.
then I almost did during Hollywood Undead and From Ashes to New. But From Ashes to New, I was too far up in the crowd.
Are you going to eventually?
Maybe. I mean, I don't see why not. There were a lot of heavier people that were like probably shouldn't have body surfed that did, that gave me confidence of like, okay, if they can do it, I can. And they
what
were
is
done
it? Oh,
easier.
is it a weight thing?
I just don't want to be dropped. Yeah.
You're not going to get dropped. Well, I can't promise you.
Yeah.
I can't promise you you're not going to get dropped. The thing is if you get dropped, you're not going to hit, and the chances of you hitting the actual like cement, the floor, are pretty slim to none, because most of the time, because we're there, we're the people picking these people up. When you drop, yeah, you start to fall, but I don't know.
I'm not. That's the only thing I would.
The only time I would think
be
that you're really gonna fall
concerned.
is if like you were to go at the end of like Hollywood Undead, and it's 80 degrees, and there's 30 people that were just constantly over those people, and then they're just tired and they don't care and they just let you fall. That's when you don't want to body surf.
Gotcha.
You want to do it during a song that not everybody's going to body surf to when it's your first time.
Yeah, like you body surfed your first time was to Godsmack. No, it wasn't Godsmack.
No, it was Of Mice and Men.
Of Mice and Men.
And that's why I did it, because
you didn't know the
it.
Well, you
I
knew
didn't.
the song.
I mean, I knew the song, but like,
Yeah.
it wasn't a heavy crowd, so that's why I was like, all right, let's try this for the first time.
Right.
And then I got the taste of it and said, let's body surf.
Yeah,
and
but
then I
that
did
was
it for
day
God's.
two.
Then I did it for Godsmack.
So that was day 2, and then day 3 was Lincoln Park. So I would barricade that next day for that one. So
I know, it was amazing.
Anyways, I think it's time we hit the plugs and get on out of here, because we have to eat still, and it's like 9:30. And
We've done a 2.5 hour show, by the way.
Are you kidding? Oh my God. I apologize for those that sat through all this, and some of the stuff was for them and some was
4 weeks.
It's true. Yes, if we had our show every 2 weeks, we can go 90 minutes easily. Not a problem. Maybe even more. But it's happened where a lot of stuff happens, and we have a lot of things to cram in. That's why we didn't have a fan question, and we didn't have a lot of other news articles to talk about that I've actually just skipped over. So we'll go ahead and do the plugs. So, Alex, if you want to go ahead and plug your Twitch.
Yeah, if you would like to follow me on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. I go live on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings.
Yes.
right now, as of this weekend, I should be able to.
You're doing a full stream
I
weekend.
should be able to stream this
So
weekend.
that means probably Borderlands, maybe Warzone, maybe
Warzone,
Marvel
maybe.
Rivals,
Rivals.
maybe something in there.
Something.
In there.
But yeah, make sure you join.
Yeah. As for my stream, make sure you're following me, twitch.tv/Mr. L. That's MASTERL. You can find me there Thursday evening and Saturday morning. I've been doing Warzone lately, getting some W's with the boys. Appreciate all the people that join me in stream and play with me as well. You guys are awesome. And also, there was something else on that. I forgot what it was. Doesn't matter. For this video, make sure you're hitting the like button. And if you're not subscribed to our channel, hit the subscribe button as well. And hit the bell to be notified when we're live. Which normally Tuesdays, every other Tuesdays is when we do our show. But we just haven't been able to because of all the stuff going on.
We've been way too
this
busy.
month. Next week, I will not be streaming Thursday. That's what it was. Because I'll be coming back from the office that day. I am having a long office week. So not looking forward to that. It's not going to be fun for me. But yeah. And then also, if you want to follow us on our social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter/X, PTO Unlimited is what you'll follow us on. Search PTO Unlimited _podcast on Instagram, on the Instas. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it is @_Mr. L.
Cute _Katie.
You had to think about that one again.
I always have to do that with Brett. It's
You do.
years.
You do.
Years. It's like 7 years of Brett in my head.
The final note. I can't believe we have forgotten to talk about this. Alex and I tried Raising Cane's.
Oh God, why do you want to end with this?
Like
Because of Patrick?
because of Patrick. He did a Raising Cane's taste thing, and we always forget to talk about the fact that we went. The line was long. The food was stupidly mediocre.
Unflavorful.
There you go. The sauce wasn't anything to
It
talk
wasn't even
about,
anything
nothing
to
brag about.
Like, I don't understand why there's a line.
Nope. I don't get it. I
Nope.
would rather go to Chick-fil-A and enjoy myself.
I really
The
go to
line-
McDonald's.
Or that even. Like
No, was not good.
No, I'm not a fan of Raising Cane's. We had their fries. They're like just fresh out of the bag, frozen fries. Nothing crazy.
It was
about
not.
them. Nothing special. Nothing
Did not
special.
like it.
You can say the sauce is worth it. It's not. It's just meh. But anyways, I appreciate y'all joining. You guys, that was our final note. You guys, we're gonna get out of here. You guys have a good rest of your week. We'll catch you guys in a couple. Bye, guys.